Nyankopo say and then so or the achaye. Eti wohwemu na to say abosom ye to so enso a ye July na se kita nsabosom no. Enne eye fiada etwato e wo sa abosom wem. Kakra kita osabosom emu oden emu oya but nyame ayade. Ode etwa ne sa. Enti yede nyame ase ema ye nkwa ne ya brabo yeda won so ase pa se ba bia wo bia bi mpo a dasio mu na wo bi nso kra wia na ebo wo ana se bia ade ache wo te se de ade ache yin enso wo de adaje ne bi hwe bedwam dwumadi ye ne so pa enti yeda se anopai mene na sample for jei e na atena se de bedwam dwumadi no enso na na mpacho mache
ma josu ni
aba na fiefo ho ye
nyame adom se ya na obesore na oyin sore enti no
mu
enti mu akiri ba
enti se no sa wan sam pontem wa be kono ma sada
eni bi wonu ma the whole week
no omo
yeah Saturday no papa na de eni obende
omunyi a ombati ase
o da sabre ya unyi a wonna ye wo se
ujo mo hon kakra
woti wani na unyi kakra wada
na watumi ada me no ya adwen
enu mpo no unyi a ejina ba bia obefa because uluma e woti mu still a wonna na o ka kita onsa bo so me ne se ye dia kwa kuku but amanfo hu ne safi mu ni nyina ye kita onsa
well
free January ba nyina kita onsa na iganda kitem
well
ye se twedi ampo Nyankopon se kita onsa e kwa omfa kita onsa sem no ento ba bi ma ye na video yetimi nye yensem na ye kita one che nye easy o
me no ya de pa
oh yeah from January to July
eti enyem
yes ni nyina dani kita onsa kadi so ko pepon benem ne hwan nyina ne nam but kita onsa ne start intem eti yesre se nyame ado o chena kita onsa ebe wiye de Nyankopon mayin kita yensa sume insia enumi akei
amen
eti anapa ye wonko bebre di budget ho sense ma ban sisika ye de bo na koma no anu bedie na ye de ne bedie akiri ya behwe budget ne de wo man kasa bi si hwini bi si obibi om sete bia ne bedi ho nkomo na anapa enti koso a ye de kase ne baba no akiri de bon krata de apim no ye bedi ho nkomo and a special guest from the finance ministry so beboa ye ne ya digest said ye budget no de wo mu ankasa obete ho ase na bibia akọ kama nti Diamond yenko fa kase
jo nti ye de kase boba eno achi betena sibio anopano sia abo enne eye kitansa bosome no ne da toso aduasa won fiempemie no ne aduonu baako bedwam kase emre ena aso entime kenkan ede amao ensem nim no de edi makoten bia obetene se osudindin bi ato ana mframa wompa ewo ejira empotem homa ejira nkwanta emene de sese school dan ne so apente school for no womko school ewo enua ase eno dan chenso e bia obete ene se Energy Minister Energy Afutuo ama enipa bi se adwuma wode ahye wonsa no wonhwe na wontumi enye ne yie ebi ka we ho ena mekenkan asomo se bedwam kase medin de ma mechira Diamond memwache afa me hye ensem no asese ejira nkwanta primary ene school no ewo ejira secheduma se eno ewa asante mantemo na osodindin bia na anu eto ye na famframanti baabi a mofra no eko school no edan ne so pa a se dan ne tebia na ewom no mofra no ntimi nko school wo munti se de achechefo no ne mofra no ye ne se mango dua bia se na ne watena ho saa na adesua ne adekere akoso
so yes la ban se on the boy from I used to listen chance than back the ya boys in so to no with class wa just a she in swa you could this a she really a she this a and when she and my black into a back class I intuition from my chance than she be percent in every day say slab and sound the boy and boy a chance than she I want to so tiny Jana coffee, a young punching and then children cocoa baha, no more by the lady day. Moto Thomas and Madame would say, yen sit Emma and Farmer so far. I am, yes, a saying going on class, no coffee. Madame would try idea. I am continue dinner. Ye chiraso swa na kokko no ananchie no eko na mu kasa na mu so from mama na
one the street one factory botae ba kwa aban we NPP aban ya wobuga na man no wode esi na ni so semensin bia mu no wo bebie afiridwuma wo ho se ne be ya manfo wo ho ebenya bi aye na enkwanta satan so sa 1D 1FB ekoso wo ho a emfidi a wode kɔ ho no baje ho adwuma e no pesa wode beye e wo mo sa bibia ntoto na kwa mu de na so se de baje ho adwuma no kɔso no eso ani ya ne sa enti adom kase kɔ aprobo no de wo hu ye ne
di passe omude factory abaha enye mistake na omude abaha nia omaye research no omo ho pa say omude factory no baye gare processing if say you hano benchi asase ena owo hafo no omude aswanchi pa nti mesre say omu yue by next month or next 2 months no ba yue omu yue a mesre youfu no omu judge man mfa so yomudie now you shouldn't go into the farming, you should go into the cassava production and not be feed factory no ama factory nanya jinabia
wo ensem foforo mo no sofa wo hwe ahonede asomehwe energy minister ene Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe na opani yi de futuo ama board foforo bi a wapa won se wo mo hwe na ECG ene Greek onyuma enkoso enti afutusam ena wode ma won se sabre yi a wode sa adwumadi ete sa hye won sa no won hwe se obesom Ghana for sompa na enyina mahonde ne ne nkane a Ghana for atumi anya bi.
You can sit in your house and change your energy supplier without changing the meter. They will ask only for the meter number. So your meters should be able to speak to each other, such that sitting in the ECG headquarters, you should be able to find every meter and know within 2 weeks how much that meter consumes. And whether it consumes and it goes to bypass, you should be able to figure out the person and go and catch him in his own house. Or there's 1 meter and they share. And you see the housemates, the wives always fighting. And I mean, now there's technology that you don't put in the house, you put on the pool. That tells you how much energy every room uses.
Aposifo any mineral commission adwumayefo no bi akire asenkafo bi a womo eka tipa track no a wondodro bebro aduonum anase 50 na asafo ebone a woye ye ne se tipa track na se bi a anwe anasa abo na wokwa kofa dodo esese wode ehye no fa no na aboro so eno eka ne ema wo kire won no bi na asa acheche ekoso ewo kaso a weni ba kwantempo ne so emfifi mantamo
say ye no mo kasa sesi ade 15 cars na ya chi omo ya twi omo aso asabe kata load no so no ebi wo ho na enye mframa fa na ehu mfuturogu nkofo so na cancel we be na eye aban de no ono so sabe aban nya mfaso ofim no eno so ye hwe ema oma ye de oma agi se ne be aban banye sika film because we be bia no contractor bia saka ba ko bia na yema o se oti we bi ma no ti se wo 3-4 times cry o se triple bia obekọ no oti we bi na ma aban so enya sika ye mpuntuduma enti eno so ye hwe se ne be ya e be hu se driver bia obekọ no obeji sa we bi ne bi
afutuo akwa ma womo a edua tomatoes ne womo a eton se saade bi no a eye na se wo se tomatoes no aguahyen mu na wo de afi ba bi a wodua no de akodwa so a ya wo de niema bi ehyehyehye mfrafra mu no enya suban papa enti womo enyai saade no
edin kan obroni se packaging o packaging ade agu bibi adaka mu no o se owe hunu se wo de niema papa ye den e de agum na waje eso ebo oba no so atua wo so ebo na we die ye nuanu makuafo a wa hai ebi etumi twitwa edua kora de gu adaka no mu na omati tomatoes eguso se be ya adaka no be ye ma entem na se kodrun kran na de obefa akoton ama consumers ne so be kwa bidin nsa benum akoduru ase no obehunu se na nye tomatoes nko a na aya adaka yima na emomo no yetwa enua e de agu ase e ya de a ekoso
Adom kasie di ka Badwam ne dada se kokwa usem bia ekoso ewo Axelway Centers ahodo akwa mianum eye mu hwehwemu na bra saa hwehwemu ibeda adi no enhyehyɛ foforo wo mo ka ahyɛn akɛse bi saa ɛsɛsɛ wode kɔgyina baabi obɛhwɛ ɛkyɛn no ɛne emu niema mu duro no wo mo so afa kwati kwan foforo a wo hwɛ sɛ ne ɛbɛyɛ atase ɛsɛsɛ wotua wo ho no wo bɛde afa kwati kwan.
Before the toll booth, or a quite one, they see harbor runabout. My from toll booth to on my packet, they brace, they are not moving, I think 3 days ago, I think 3 days today. Maybe my sister too for my mayor, a little in Paris. A young guy, I say, they are national streets for and anything no more moving because they have overloaded their goods. And to normal so more trains, their cost no are not due now moving. Young boy be not needing for more normal. Let me be start or some one platform. The platform decided some community na beko.
And just say Osaka or some penny for neka some moon.
I say one platform. The platform no one omudi so and paying for no so moon chain.
I see.
Anything I'm moving now. So far open say a true baby or when you are descending from Mankwazi roundabout a walk on na. Only from Mankwazi na double lane. Oh, never do baby na one. On my park double. If the show na Mankwazi tell na close to them abano. On what park na
Abusia Badwam kasia mekenka ma ona da fia de we so na medina na medine nyina esi Badwam dwumadie ne de aguso a toaso e de asomo enti kasia ye chi me ne na asampofo gye ye de obonkrata no emoboso esomo eno achi agokanse wonsam ebeba wakwam eno so achi sister Sunday bi ye guard ahosape no ebebro style bia bi eno so achi no pense mu ebekoso ama na asampofo gye ene soafo abedi e kire hesikasam so edi nkomo efa enra budget no ho enti adesrede ne se koso na Adom TV fi se ye wado ye medindi ma metra Diamond memo ache edase
ya samu akwa ba bia media Adom TV Badwam dwumadie so na sabra ye kase no sia abo apa ho sima bense edu emiensa ene se de dika kai fia de twato okita nsabo so menum na okrompon ne ye di ni ye sisi afenu bosome baako nson na yedi ekoguo enso ni guza na akasa enum August, September, October, November, December nti also shall crap planning for Christmas.
Okay.
The bring up so dinner ya planning also shall say yeah.
Oh, now for 4.
And that's what
on conta no more.
Momunti de bia de obika. Momunti. De bia de obika. First the nipa na nhia wa na ze o de menye obi no oba. He say de unye obi a dream be break.
Baking crying.
Digitization also one in effect. But anapay the bon krata na badwa so no. Diamond yen hwe endra budget media budget review ya. Buy daily graphic ko hwe animu a or see media review. We will stick to budget targets. Finance Minister Yura Kano Furiata ene natade fita or the kind budget die. Mfie num ne no a bribia na o kan budget na so odi agro. Kan boko za so na eno a no o kan no. So hu na o kan awie. Business Community Economists welcome budget review. As in North residents gear up for by-election. Nanupo, is it a by-election, a re-election? I was here already because about to Nankasana, you're 2 and about to go. And a new election cry. And I said, election that Dana here to for Frana. Quite confusing. Now, government sets aside 23% of budget for education. And OP 16 of the daily graphic. Now, Health Minister choose safety over procedure group. And so any daily graphic the ball kratano and about her chile ministry supports 15,000 fishermen. I say a mami how come say or boduma papa of fisheries ministry for na okoyen yenkoyen daily graphic there or they buy and an pay
maybe the Ghanaian Times no to us no pay Ghanaian Times sukra or may sana hen phone any we no amaso no
and a bag it is a medium.
Is that the Nubia?
Yeah.
And that's over finance minister.
Edding. In Contanya.
Oh, for the dear Batao. Come say, copy a committee and you are near to Tuna. One ten some.
But we need the
What a grown from an hour way.
Messim in Contanya.
No credit,
and Famina continue patting. Your post will be a meeting here. Nadia Contan doors in the day.
No, ya Jane. What can occur? I know they were here near Obedino. And
you be brave.
Okay, to Ghana Times in the year and the mid-year 2021 budget review, we will avoid jobless economic growth. Finance Minister and Enra Okasa Semi said economy and human immunity a idea of a share na ye many etuadi and no wasam and no. Now Okana say no and that Mrasibejum Edom, this is a credom kuma and Edom Dodo. Minority near
Edom Kuma.
NDC Edom Kuma. And the Ora Harina Idrisu Foni Wahana also say government can't make any financial demand. Minority replies Finance Minister on no request for extra money claim. In Tienra Nina Ayawenim secessionist leader arrested and rain granted 80,000 bail in whole. That's a so. That's a
as a papa mu afrim. And then Crawford be almost heard to own. Obi dinade.
And then they minyante. That's so send any on one or ye.
Na minority leader say. A finance minister na own to me my business ka for. Tinye se bi ono ana. Say opeso che se enwa akwadi die ne maaya. Yen ka foforo mu.
No. Enti we ye Ghana Times dey ono so no pay or dey buy.
Daily Guide or say health minister lauded for bold admission. Katafa to so ensia. And as a story ewo na ni nyina ne se eye ensem a eye nanu ada yewura koku adwuma manu edikotu dwa ewo committee ampanifo pa so hwehwe eye Sputnik V no ehun sense kwanko ofa so akra na wato edi aba na ochirechire mu se ono no na nipa nkwa ho hia ne chen se eye mfa parliament ye nkọ na we hwem ne ho ngeka ho no ye be hwehwem nyina be wie na ye be gibibi atum ekwantempo no so nipa wu a ye ne denti sade no nko ye ne sa iku a omo sa data and advocacy consult Ghana for na ebono abaso 1 million jobs coming no new taxes you can of for atanya and some of the tudwa no o say aban hihye a ode egu akwan mu no akon dada na ede ball no match bosome ye bosu bunya chi bosome miensa no no ano de hwechiri ne mponi mo de egu akwan mu no hwie benwuma makoma pepe ba ko de eba nti Ghana for yen koso anka yen sanhye de medfam nya yen hye safo mu nsuo na bi papa bi ebe free Kenya aba. More trouble for Canada MP Haruna attacks judge na Yera James Jechekwesen and then the yeso Canada MP ni nyina ne se enkrata ekuta na chese na oye Canada ni ansana obabigina abato na ne Cape Coast High Court ebua no fo wo saade no hunti no o se yentu ne so se oye mara se bedwani no say how be breba how be chiri ni say eye nipa bi asan akwakotintim krata opposifo akache so hwehwem say wadi atro say de Ananias di atro chira am konkron nti eno ho asem ha ache say no bono a enne kwakoyesa Adam second die no hu say ono no omo file criminal charges ne civil ni nyina ebomu nti atemu ne bae no ebabomu we die ne de afi ansa no ma file criminal one say perjury no wadi atro de akire aban adwumakuo na say aban no nti eno ho asem
atro sem no na ebubo na
eno na ebubo no a say wan kokra mfie mienu ko mfie nsia nti just hu na asem kan de a obi obenya ni tiri edidim MVP set ground rules for 2024 iti osun kokuru kwa manyoko no omo se sebe okono makuru mu ayi pribu okwan omwa ho a yenkwa supon hwe nti 2024 abato mitima di nkuni mu a nipa bia nane nam chen tototo abo ne ase omo ye campaign mu bi twetwa nkofo na nti gugu bi mu ho fi ye fa we nko we na ye omo se sade no why be chiw no na we no akwa sentintan be chi nwansena entimi enche tafre ati ase
tafre obefa watofo
obehwan tintan na tofo
ayo
enti san hye we no
yo
ebe se ye hwe kunu nyanim ni ama na mo no
ye hwe hoye ni
kunu ni ama na mo Unse entuma esuan ba bi a ehre. Ya. Nti. Ground rules we. Ya wo mo be chi wo mo.
Mama to ase.
Ya.
Dede. Eh, ya hekuru ni ani mama ne mo. Tirem kakrai.
Ode yanko anim na.
Because me ti ase.
Yesi keju abegyina ho. Mechecho mu de se enamene wa.
Ebre na ni. Aha kwa ho. Matias me the new weekend crusade guide no to asona no pay and also asem dada no finance minister no come na sebedwafie ekokenka budget honsem edaha na government committed to CRM ne cylinder recirculation model policy. So okay ode dada no ase no kwa na ya ma afoforo no eno na Dr. Abdul Hamid e ka ho asem se enche bi e beba so fi se edaban akoma so eti ye fancy ha na Kedwa ba ho
koni abranti ane ho ofe na wabene wa gudie mu nsem kedwa nankasa na kedwa boko de maye nhwemu bia hun se edu fiada na ho tew pa ho abakọ se
anu asechese ba bi cheche
se edu fiada bia wo ye happy man
nhwehwemu nankasa ne nyina so ne se
ma se ma confuse
kaka e die ne ma wo ye san nhwehwemu no
nana cheche mu
unze ye kwofo die yenim sika pe na yenim sika pe so anazi yenim sika di na sika so ye di a yeni ne bra ye adwuba
okay
nti na wotwe no kwa wiye sa na na ya na adehye wo kwa no won di on priman pa
se wa cheche mu de se wa
onso waso musa
ma fane sa
ayo
kedwa na ngasa
de wa na ngasa
ba wa kan yie mum ba bia na ma dwen chem na mfa ho
but
to cross no dwen chem ba bi wo
but more details we headline
more details ni o ye ntwe ho mra ne mfa godie mu nsam ento aso Abuja yesamu akwa ba yento aso agudi ensemo edoso de yesafata sauti na Gifas mixture de yesia konkwa no paya ye de bro bacho Gifas mixture na man me madru no white ne beko yes white ne betu ayira na fresu me man so sisi na ode adwuma bia uhia sisi de adwuma bia ati ese sisi pains ne ko waist pains no na fe ba ko no de premature ejaculation ene so etu ayira sanse hadwen pa Prin na fi nkomo yetintin da bi patro Gifas mixture yidi afio syphilis ni gonorrhea eno ye ya enamu yarewa hadwen pa enti gonorrhea syphilis na ebekwa na Gifas mixture na capsules and in mixture na make for them now one expert.com obebeti a omo na esa wo de ohombo na ultimate bet weekend matches or Olympic games koso ne ade what are you waiting for fan gym na ni pansa hwe kra nti inu makwedi esi akonkon na yede ye ba se Joe Manu Chami producer Kejuana Nkasa ni Erica Siedu Bode ye hya se mfamfi pre-season teams ahodo no na enra akopie mu a Liverpool omo ne Hertha Berlin dia yonkofa kan sie ba ko de pem so a na no odin pa na nya easy na Liverpool for season amu ba mu de omani abre enti Liverpool match back come the pem so no other teams bubo bi ko Germany ko Spain obi CC no ahead of the new season yenkopie mo wo transfer news kakra ne nhwede ye koso wo Man City fo akache Jack Grealish sina kan ma Aston Villa omuguso ni din komo pass oba besi akan e dia mom right ye koso wo obi man so and na yemra fie na mere the senior national soccer team the Black Stars of Ghana the few banners who away for and they want to sika botin akwata Black Stars achi say qualifiers that team nanimu no yes omo dis scared how much na Ghana team akonanimu ahwekra ne akoje capital e dia ba fi
Chief Director indicated sports, particularly soccer, is the passion of the country, and anytime Black Star is playing or any other national team is playing, you see everybody in Ghana is behind them, as particularly if they participate in the national and international levels and they perform very well, the country becomes very happy. It also sells the country to the global world. And so Ghanaians love sports very much. We thank you for responding to the call by His Excellency the President to come in to support our national teams. As indicated by Chief Director once again, this donation or the support that Huawei is giving to the ministry on behalf of the country, we are going to put it to judicious use. In fact, every peso is going to be accounted properly. That assurance you can have from the ministry. We would also want to use this as an opportunity to call on other corporate bodies also to do same, so that our national team, particularly Black Stars, can play in the qualifiers towards the World Cup 2022 in Qatar, and then they can also participate in the upcoming AFCON in Cameroon. So once again, I wish to thank you very much on behalf of the Honorable Minister, on behalf of the entire ministry, and on behalf of the country called Ghana. Thank you very much. Like Oliver Twist, we ask for more. Thank you very much.
All right, manone the copy mo Deputy Minister Ora Evans Opoku Bobie and we gene mo aje check no aje say Black Stars for ni abedi mo anya sam keto akra na yen copy mo nsam foforo mo Ora Kwabna Ebo a Sports Writers Association ne pani pa we say senior league no ye ba be wi a na ho nsam aye something which is then match we nim de be sini ade no anya ne nwanwa sa ne ma ni na wonim say BSC pen players na o bo with nothing at stake e map league ni nyefe.
The last 5 games of our league matches, a number of them were not competitive. So we are confronted with serious crisis, and I think with this exposition, we'll see how the Ghana Football Association handles it. If they don't handle it well, I tell you, it's going to go a long way to tarnish our reputation, because we've come from an arena where our image was so battered by announced number 12, and we've struggled to try and rebrand the product. So if we're able to handle this very, very well, I tell you what, the love that we are craving for, I'm sorry, it's going to be very, very difficult to bring it back. I'm not a prophet of doom. I'm being very honest with it.
I don't know the writer, Kwabna Ebo to job, but Oshe Sani Fi Ghanaian Premier League Honsam Kakra Eba. Na okopiem de eba ne se the coach Samuel Boadu we head coach Adema had to folk and afin so no Augustine Boache o maje omudin pa se bosumi atwa mu no womo na ye player and coach of the month.
League na kona wiye na so players ene coaches omo po omo homodene bosumi atwa mu no mpemfo de omo gu apono so a ya to suntonto eyi ye omo esefata na fe ye po mabaso odi wani kire coaches na fa mu ho a Heart of Folk coach and the Samuel Boadu ono na mpenifo apagya ne nsa se dwumbu sum yetwa mu no ne modemone eswani nti ebeto nsa frɛ no na nasko niam ɛwɔ hɔ no yɛde ne nyina ama no afei players no nso abranti usi akan de ma wafa Augustine Boache na mpenifo apagya ne nsa dwumbu sum yetwa mu no ono ne player ne modemone eswani nti nasko TV kese pa ɛwɔ hɔ no ɔmbɛpagya ba ko de amana abranti yi ɛde bɛkɔfie.
Right, that was young boy Shinkopimu Olympic Games and Ghana. When him say near Shenimo say Abrantia Beku Jackson a bit to me according to say 100 meters butterfly or Coco 2 and then Kababwa semi-final but said you 2 other hits in the amount for the channel. They were 2 pounds and to be unqualified. Arahu. But Shako Samet at the chopper na Bagana for so say or Pamocho Wanyadi or could you know me bono on your view the next Olympic Games Obekoyade pa.
I'm disappointed, but not in myself. What happened in the ring, it wasn't my fault. But I'll say I'll apologize for not fulfilling my promises. But I also know I did put up my best. As you can see, if you did watch this the fight, you will see that I did fought like a hero. But the judge the referee was the one who couldn't favor me. But most of all, I still have hope because although I'm out of the tournament, but my two brothers are in. So I'm hoping they should bring back a medal. If they win, I also win. As I said, I will apologize for everything.
Right, Mentiano, ne the Equus Olympic Games na say, when you say judo so amfa. Malada one say beto aso ne or china mo kono no. Ebe se Ghana betimi abomoden ewo mo yebedi e chene ebe piem bia no. Ere won sama dia bro. Na yenyina no so ne fancy oneexpert.com obe bet ya. Wo mo akache na ese okona okọ bet sanso na G-Fast mixture ne ne capsule second ho na eba no gonorrhea, syphilis. Ebe yi edi afi o man kan die se bet yakọ. What I say, na fin so no, be ma usisi waste no. I say gina so na fi premature ejaculation at an tekra. G-Fast mixture and then capsules. Omo and the NC konkone. Ya de bra omo de bia ba my cameraman nyina. Camera man bio fia bia sisi modern. G-Fast mixture and capsules. So all the baba omo prana kra. Say Joe Manu Choi me producer. Yes, GTP News from to man na pay. Kai say ode nankasa be package one ho. Erica see du body na e fie da. Until you know what time it is. Sister Sandy Betwaso.
Morning. Thank God it's Friday. Omiensha enesom na so nyame agya. Nyame oba ene nyame honkronkron di mu osmo de na edase bedu hu sekru ni adi him. Asha ase. Eno no tie bi bompaye. Sansa Gaia Spain Atenase. The whole Ghana concern in us say anyhow. All I know. So you can see but yes, some information man. Just a baby. Now so make oh now watching once I'm a man from Sandra or him. And I'm going to say from the same. Somebody school. Media ka say abeto me de Sandra ama ohini tiwa. Na mo mother woman say Ghana for say from me.
Sister Sandy be a guy.
Straight up and down. Matena say. Na me be say anse ne be condensem ne so no. Utie kase boy na wo hye ne nso. Sister Sandy me ntwantro. Bonsema glory truth. Me ntwantro me. Now the 10 commandments, you will so cry at least 5 will be the so. 5 will be the so. Mean chantro. And I don't see the sense of what do you know. Yenny and Yama Basa, answer na behu some betina has say park ubia some say. Fella queen means asumuno. Not my evidence. Etch in a conk. Now where I say maybe me catch or say celebrities being S3 mo. Me catch also audio be. Emma mo de kwashare Krista Boyke. And I'm catching him saying, Krista Boyke. And ya lumponi o. Ebe baba, me se hwe. O da mon chain. A time is come back as sister no unchantro. And as professional as I am, Jesus, for me to moka gosh. 10 years experience on multimedia habon sem. Na me kuku dama. Masha Master Parker see a come. Abla wudi. Well, the Kofiam pedu bin abi a wako nafti. Me metina ha. Sebi, in training papa se me be chantro. What ya say? Eti tobo asembia ba aha man pensen mu a enye news. And I present you the facts only. Bemum. Oh, Maxi share yo ba monche because second wave na no den. Na ho sana sanitize. Ma me nko akula bia wo tron krata akoma ne ma me. Ayem me hu ye pa. Corona no me say third wave no. Ehu. Wa her first wave, second wave. Third wave na change tsunami. Oh. Hurricane Sandy mu a. Bonsema ye hu say. Na me nko akula ne so. Akabia tro letter bia ma ne ma me ho. It's so touching and so sweet. Unim sani ankwala da makoma so amemfa ankwala eni agro wo trema ma me tienie o ebia na oba pese otro bi ma wo but ebia wo nya asai ni ti mommy mon sha let obi trema ne ma me o say what's our day without in fact akwano actual letter amane ma me concerning our day na ope bibi o say what's our day without securing a bright future for this daring chap. We will hear his mother open an early savings account for him so he can have a perfect start to life with 1,000 cedis in the account. You will get in contact with mommy. That is after letter ne call viral no bangi assume say on send. Then I letter no any. Or say read everything note. Read every tiny note. 29 July 2021, Akranabo date. Or say things to bring on our day. Number 1, big Coke for me. Oh, Nensani. Or say cake, me who Nensano no. Me who Nensano ni ye cry. Or say big cake for Mrs. Apia. That is me, a show any teacher. There's a moment say my Mrs. Apia. Or your teacher, papa, you is the Coke now. Next one, also a dolai. Dolai, omo best sponsor instrument. Utim so her instrument no. Once a dolai no add the year power. Her instrument house no more no so a dolai. Number 3, also there. Please bring my iPad to control. Hey, to control. I have an iPad. Me who control person control. Them same go for no. No person chat or Snapchat on them. Number 4, say a pack of biscuits and drinks. Mama Shannon's nowadays ba. Number 5, also white chocolate or Easter egg. Hey. Akulai. Example no adra to hono. Number 6, also a serious drink. Size, big one. Example no white word gino. Oh, akulai a genius. Last but not the least, I'll say what to bring for school. I don't know. Last one, I mean, said that. It's a moment, Sama Colano, Mum, what one is the Mameleke. It's a mama. Where there were more cat, one said that can't person. Okay. I say, what to bring for school breakfast? Oh, in fact, I can't actually let you pay. Mention them who Nensan, why ye come maybe name. I did be me sure so who fear now who TV this year. Kind. Now last note I was try you know. E hona e kama koma no. Ochema say dear mama, I didn't disappoint you in the exams. So please don't disappoint me. Wow. No more thing. So touching and sweet, honestly. It's mommy. My name Rem disappoint who I'm so mean disappointed no. Say I near it's a man and one pedu school baggy. Near 300 euros. It's in Kalani beans and now soon our day no why be no nya Samurano no cost webo a near the other moment seven colleague we are singing and I mean come who know sham what it. Minko sugar tone fee straight up. Bombo near call her. One step papa any interview no. Or catch ye say a son so or no can't a music hono. Or catch ye say or maybe few ho a ye yabu enra. It's a cassie and shiano. Na in fact kame maya she adie kame bo nka ye kakra ba me ana me yade ma me nka de wo munchiro o ka che ne ye se ne be hia no e ye sugar tone mu if your shade brasisia okay
Sister Sunday be a guy
or if you don't na ma me na to asase na me de music esi dan si so nti wana na mete ba me firo 95
na dia man kola no
nse ho so na sugar ye no studio nti no na ma me ene nu ya pani o film last year o mi esa na TV o ti nu ya pani na film akora na ma me na TV o
to fisi say
yes
nti say no sabi en woni na adamage na kosi a hefa and what's the way forward.
Me view na me who you know. There is a way out anyway. You bit me as an area.
Okay.
You bit me as an area. It is so far come to an amount choosing rehab center abufu Achimota.
Okay.
Me no could dim come. I just say the kotu image libo according to Penifon go be a software. Our image defense.
Rehab center. Okay.
Ntimba no nyankopo hadma baniba ko na no bo na hedin me bo ni din ma mka say Krachen Martin din da ase wa record busu nti se be yanka ye mfa no nkoto VIP
VIP no a dime nipa be mi no pe no say ya 2,000 Ghana cedis a month.
Sika wise no sugar to me what me say about the boy aka say we make sika from adwuma.
Sika de onye bi. Onye sika. Itina na mama e pampa no so much. Eti we asem kwa ba na ebi kwa senka ya man ntrefio na mtundo. O trefio we nyarasa. Just me yinifio. Mama pampa no so much. So mama no too. Penny no car baby and coffee.
Okay.
Now going to the we are cano. To the we are na mama a 7 coffee that could feel. Hey, you don't do
that. Sikano.
I'm telling my mother, well, anyway, a young woman was a mother. Musica.
Nay, Nadia, any so say, yeah. And you Sikano, where no questions I do bonini.
Because make I say, would be a catch them, so cocaine. Nobody. It's the way I'm doing, no, 7 years we can answer. Now, cocaine, you know, hey, Sicarabassa. Nabassa, apart from Manti, I say, hashish now, or some, I mean, nobody, we didn't say. Tisicano, well, I'm yet to sort of see his bank account.
Okay. Enti enye ne wose eka ye no bebre oni a wo che ni wi num nyina no papa ne te ho kire ti ye ka kire se be fie ho na enra nyame nko a ye ka aba mo di chesi mi producer Ginyame Enterprise because nyame nko a dia ne aye ya aya san central for na mpasa mo boye mo attack munya yo o erade sandra kapo ho ye enra okopie mu ofie ho obeje di se maame ne pamo yen me na make a for a fact. Sugar told mommy or pamoyen. Just say now it wasn't welcoming. I don't know why. I learned they had issues I learned some more family issues getting KTV, which sebi tafrache. Once I shut down fire who busia sem de ye nim de but at least mama media for but no who say bia who can you dada I interview say na was all the eba ebia beka se me boa na ya dia rascalip a chairman of Greater Accra Musica. No, honum. It's a bit of some bois. My main febra ras. Na on shady wom san said no me witness. No, so honum being to our man so. I'm emotional no and kasa. Ras me pacho, good morning.
Good morning, Sandra.
Rapping. Yeah, and yeah.
Country now, mommy. Good morning.
Rapping, pacho me pacho matching.
Adom TV.
Yo, akwaba so.
Yeah.
Enra ukojina ye musica anem say so ye chairman of Greater Accra region no. Onka die esi enra potin enhwe me. Anya bia mo ankasa kwa ye welcome me mo ewo ho ni.
Me tie for biom.
Yaso.
And after 4.
Yaso.
In fact, indeed me call in my own name and also in the name of Musica.
Oh, okay.
And I'm in council. I'm call. My name is Mr. Michael Bamford, the CEO of Upright Music, and he acquired with his assistant. And Ansana yebe kufi ho me angasa minim fie ho ewa anya ho minim ho. Nti mene ai ochame bedi akon. Sugartone's father.
Yeah.
Mene ne din kita ho. Nti ono ankasa twen yen wo anya ho baby ena ye kono na ye peke no na ye de ode yen ko fi ho. In fact, ye kono say I was so happy that the media itself was not inside there with us. One, Ochame bedi akon an friend ire an kan chene se ye ba ho.
Okay.
Inti maame na nkasa no eyobuo a ode ma ye a ye ka no ho no. Ena ode tie. Na nsama maame ne kan pa no. In fact, me who dream me. Ochame bedi akon enim.
Barras pacho wadaroma masa na beto asim pacho minchawa no na ochia me ansa na ye be fe na interview ye friend no so Madina and oboshi bae and okawo live TV ema omotiase I don't know say bia ebusuafo no na anshe interview bi ekodru no mo hui oka kire say ye beba honom na de chie ema oka kire kra say e musica e beba honom ene nkrofo bi beba ho na according to ochia me no maame ne awe se ye bebe nti e me wanwa se o ka se na maame ne se onye awe
Temi enye me nkwa na me koy
pasho yo
nti me wa dance for
okay
na me kan se anka media no ho a anka chiame be dia ko nani be guase papa according to the maame no sugar tone we did 3 months when you from ena chiame be dia ko ye den ofi na brabo mu enti chiame be dia ko anhwa akwada no SMP our kind in fact me pese after next week Saturday money ma me ankasa bedi nkinta ho obebiem enra se anka mini nyame akoma in fact na ma me ne buafu but yene ne me ne kasae ena o meloe e ma me honam ho nyina akra na popo because I can't get yenia o chambi bedi akọ e dey aye ma me no and I share some o kan fa na ankasa ne ba ho our the three it's a shame o chambi bedi akọ it's a shame wa hama me pa wa hawo no 42 years old man now you 3 months I want ni ma me yefunu no wagya no na mokọ someone needs to go try no enti me catch ro me nkasa pi every say last no ochame bedi akode ne no ma big to just say momo money no nobody should send him money
no but okay about nobody should send him money no without
the money should go to the woman
yeah interview with man no ho o ka set time o Europe crown auto machines bi e sugartone e ye ochiami bedi akon sugartone papa no
ma me catch ro
so I'm surprised how kasa wan she no
ma me nkasa in some okikan no engineer ochiami bedi akon catch ro no
okay then I say what time maame na chi a ugidi say maame no e was strong message than the father I think as a jade
the woman have a very strong message I'm telling you honestly one yene maame no ne abusiafo be share next week Saturday until means another year coin no me call us fact finding the senior ochiame be okonfo kwa de what you say wunni ma semu mu a ebe dan ansa na obetimi asolve
okay but pacha ma mbisa we ema Ghana for so no question no amokoye no na sugartone kra we we agi ne ho nyina
dabi
na we nje ne ho
me hunu se okita we
na nje ne ho so
ko ho no mankasa tieni sama ye ko ho no ye ne ma me ni din komo no na sugartone oni anywhere around
according to my reporters now omoba ho no mo ka kire me say
no only anywhere around our reporters no call after we left there
okay so me ka kire say me reporters no
as we went because I went purposely for that
okay
what you say
yes
our reporters no call no who me I didn't go straight forward to talk to Sugartone okay because it's a process
okay
I am not panicking
okay
I have taken a toll Ochame Kwame, Ochame Bidiako in front of the woman and say, Ochame, come baby, to see how many Sugartone neja. Because in some of my many kikan in no, sister, me catch roll. Morankasa, nim pesa mankasa me cancer answer no. Then ma manankasa. After Saturday because a bushel for the transfer.
Okay. Sanya waka no Matia say intino wadaroma. Obetre ni mu say ye bevie ma nka ma ne mpamo ye na yesu ye nti ono so the side of the story no
because we have diffused that kind of tension.
Yeah, we want also to hear her side of the story. Okay.
And I'm one of in Rano Casano. There's it frees her. It frees her into next week Saturday because me quite year ochna. And I was what your friend is saying. A busia for that money, a busia for the sharing officially. Bobeti and stem.
Joe.
My man in the one in the back. She got told the home tunnel.
Okay.
The home tunnel. So I yet were fast to you in Semana. If a car can in us, were far. I all back.
Okay. Barras, Medasi P said. Okay, who joining me? Am I in Semnimu Enchim? Whereas Caleb, chairman of Greater Accra Musica, and I know chain come in Nano pay, and Rano or call Honum. And I know my on side of the reports because Chemo Moko Hujaye, and I walk and you womb at Chay. So, my reporters, Adom TV, Omko Hono, almost a day, reports Bremy. Utie Barras Casemwa, or so Moba Hono Moko. It's meaning Barras, the reporters, so the Bremen is watching. It's also where who and no. But my reporters catch me say, Omuhu sugar tune, so free if you net ya sebi. No, Dasu Crenu Bonia ya tabe. Watch a chira ajene ho man could be reporters na the buy. In fact minyenya yi kakra bia na person can me but on say de bia am kas ni panim go say dem fashion enyede emma eti Barras papa ne so abaso ye ocha mi bedi akon ono so abaso eti mami ntie ocha mi bedi akon asem so no kwase na irenyem 3 months e no ja no ho na wan hye sugar to na nei o ka say daddy good morning.
Morning, Apple.
Me pacho nyame Adom na so e.
Nyanko for me.
Daddy answer na no enra da me reporters ne bai na o fie honom.
Ni me fifio.
Ba omo frɛ o ma ya we se omo ba honom.
Ai, omo frɛ.
Pacho o ma fie ho for ya we se incentrefo bi ebe ba honom.
At the time omo frɛ me no, that there was an argument. Jibe me come fifio.
Okay, meaning no omo nya we se ye ba.
Well, I don't know. Okay. But it's on frame say, "Omodu fe mo bo gate no a obi e mfa." Na me so bi mu ade omonku omsan.
Okay. All right. But me kai say o ma ye yawe so bebo busiana manie because music akra beba ho. And ma ye so ye tam ye ne ma ye say je ba ho. Me sure say by now what to say the welcoming wasn't welcoming. In fact, it was unwelcoming at all. That me sure say what say asem no.
Okay.
Okay. What so bua ras ebo anope enyo onumpu na ebo chemu enu a wokọ ho no nea ono so ekoteye eno no daddy mpacho no kra ewo asem ni mu enesen
edi no koteye
ras chemu a wokọ ye no o former wife anase sugar to mame I bitter about so many things. One of them say when him 3 months no and awuja no ho free ho won share akwala ne da ba me kai say interview no o ka che se wo kọ kwa kwantu mu Europe no o to machine kra ne be ye niema ye den e bre no it's a news to me say ye ka say one shabo frano even from 3 months pregnancy no ufri honom you were not there as a father me pa cho ye no kre
ni ri kan e be ka say ras we medina ho ya ma me no e yesu ga to ma me no on kan kre one hold it sorry I'll blow everything up right now tie na me no enete matayeko wo kofi ya ye penny o ka ba bi no me musician onye jugato no ana me ne kofi sabe e ko Nigeria ubusa abreje be kofi sabe kofi yo ba kan kiro ye ko boba Nigeria ye ko onicha eti be ba ye no no a wo jugato e wo ato clinic nyese o yo onye me dia no onu kwa no encourage me say me nko Nigeria because I was a musician. Very good to go Nigeria, I could buy. So, and the mama and she's a very big. I got angry. Me move here, me through. Me move here. Sugar tone one. Obia, man, over sugar tone. I don't know where I'm from. Mina, you did take me to London at the Bremen. Oh, yeah, quite a council. Number man, so you will crash it. And I'm a saka video. To be saka video, never to my back. Never afraid. I pay Levi because of my downfall. And also a musical, musical president. Now, my friend, I go over here. I come and go, and and a confuse we and one 7 of what I got angry. Obi a yabayare. And just give us a welcome. Near him up with and some okay, I got me move for you and so few. And to because I appeal by say, my name you if you will be honestly, my mom is for money and they are all peeved, they are angry.
It's which a man so bueno and no cray, and some night I can't sing in no cray.
I appeal about my friend over here. What medin way on Kazan? Medin way on Kazan. Medin way out, my friend over here. He has disappointed me. Yes, I did. If you meet you, honestly, me no can say my other name can make pitch if you baby. Me and I call a friend say, Achimotao, Anna, let's be a copy, a quamidom, almost a member, and not call you.
Okay.
Matter, if you miss you.
Okay, Daddy, answer no. Social media users, well wishers of Sugartone, and even Ras and Opay and no Ekase or Dasujna. So, what can I say? And as I make users no comments to be say as a father, same person obachi in no way say you are supposed to cover up instead of say obababon saying abebulo sa so born so daddy anu ye bena or more
anything. Because there was a time I'm last year about never quite we na casting be me break command ba or the ABC social media sugar to admit taking drugs me ferry what I did we cry. You know, won't come a man for it. Why do you admit it? Mebano or your hino wenum, you find a cool way, Opa made no machine. Or not in the me ferry. Mampe, I didn't like it. And you grab back out, you know. Many young, till come a try say, come here, must solve a problem. Rassi will be up for madam for. Minim say, Confuquade, or quite a kiss by Minister Ras, who pre rule. Tell me, friend. Okay. Who be trying to catch my friends? Ras. Minze uplero konvokwa de maybe as well been to Israel and number money. Now you're calling mommy and quite sesame Jimmy America.
About that, the Indian chain, Pasha Adara, my Indian chain.
No, me, I don't do my things like that.
Daddy Abuche. Pacha Ras or so Ras, Masamu Aqua baby. Daddy Abucha, the chain, Pasha Adara, my
Uncle Fio, Ras, Uncle Fio, I would not.
Ochami and Ras a call. But your calm waters. Thank you, all stations. Raz, what say, Ochami Bediako, Ekasa, Nebana, Casa, Daddy Pacha, thank you, all stations. Raz, what you say, Daddy, your Ochami Bediako, Casa, Nebana, Casa, I admit say that. And Tingasa Fena or no, as a Jano, Waba Bontia Bear Spoos in a body. And my minister boy, and now Cotea will be sano. May I trust that dear Yano. It's Raz to say no, would not be anything.
Winning. Me de obo ama Adom TV and awo.
Me da say.
And that an coming kwana me koya an coming kasa. Okay. But me wa dance for ho. In some na ma me ne kika pi no man kan nyina nti na me se mo an kasa. Money ma me no entrance ending komo. After next week Saturday, after our share and say on a Busiano, the Yembe Transit the Cassa. Ochami, who didn't know you are? Me and family home, me and me baby. Mother, Besizio Miss
Mummy and Nina, Debbie, Ras Caleb, near Ochami, Bedia, Mummy and Nina Pacho. We are me brother Penny, we are me papa. Mamun Tieha.
I told you yesterday, me come to me.
Madam Sandra,
Barras, me pacho Ochami Bedia wouldn't say me okay train you daddy. Me pacho what share me that say. Me pacho say the most important thing is say your best sugar tone.
I should not get any radio station.
Barras, Ochami Bedia, daddy pacho but share.
That's all. Finish.
Ocham Bedia compatra but Braras. Daddy say we je ras di say oboa watch or comfort kwa da sem ni enti na wo frɛ no. I think the most important thing is say you be sugar tone. Ama ne ho aye den. Atonu nti say mo pese mo kyerɛ me say ye nhwɛ sugar bie ma na. Ras ye say me yen sika emma. Yen send mama me no. Uji tum say yen send sika na mama me no. Dey scan be di ne ho bia yen fa ho dey fa ho ne say sugar tone ho beto no.
Give all the money in the world to her. I don't care.
So you don't care about your son?
And yes, I don't care about my son. Look, see, Mebano official outside the promises. Or can't be a whether it's spiritually or physically. May I am but that house, me go home you. What my minute and now when a rubbish statement is there. The person who's getting a Jewism, stupid Rob. What kind of rubbish is that? Sikabia, Mumfamano. What are you getting? Mumfamano. I don't care.
Sandra,
Barras.
I'll take my child.
If you pass on Duntuni, maybe Tunium, or your friend say, a foot Emma, Ocean Klein, no Casa Star War, national television. So
I don't care.
Hey, Barras. Caleb, me patch audience, me craft na kokoro request waba.
Me, it doesn't hurt me.
Barras. Oh, where are they? Barras, send American. Barras, send American say who play role or quad day no. And only GDA or Chami won't see our friend. Eh, before being a ban or pay na heat. Me shamo mama man some and come assume. Monsieur sugar tone.
Okay, Cano. My son, my men bo. Hear me. Ya shen bo. Say, you better continue to make things happen for the son. I don't care what Ochame Bediako is talking about. Say, I didn't want to even talk about this issue. So we have that meeting. If you didn't persist, I will not talk about it because it doesn't interest me. What interests me is the welfare of Sugartone. And the way to go. It's not even showcasing it on in the media without solutions. Okay. It doesn't hurt me. Okay? Oh no, it's just like water splashing on the stone.
May I say, Ochami Bediako Sugartone papa and a Ras Caleb, a musical cry. Madam was peace and a pemo join me. But your montois or backstage on and family. Now, dear, here is a Sugartone, a Humbertono. Says Canicodin, mammy who say couldn't papa who I think we public no, yes, Chaffe Bayana say a Badwam pie bonis Casimukaka. Yanja Busiano na Mobian Kota will be na. I mean, they have their issues in the house already. What I say, but Mr. Mo focus and they say sugar Humbertono. Bon some much I'm not somebody will feel cool down tempest. What it? Bon some much I'm in a rascal. May I say, Osmo, where you are, I'm not met one so. Okay. Ain't my uncle, dear Twasso. Menu him say BB trend, yeah. Who ye? Kobani say, young cabby cry, Mwagana. Sagana for a chamber say, Michelle is now muted to Orgia. Mosati midi womb cacrano. It was some better nice and Mitchell with you. And it's a year about Moisha Budon. I say, Nipa celebrate as a wako him, or be up a set, would not so a idea. And it's saying, Ansana no, Moisha Busian for the letter about Montana say, Yaman and Dampacha Busian for weather and sudden Simon, Mamma can for the last what it. Oh, send no more the letter Bassi and trust Miss Romo. Me last take care, ye men can't want him be Benedict. Mamma mean Shagana for dear a womb. First of all, me person me clear air no say. Who headline said Moisha's brother and Moisha brother. The audio that you heard, no, and your Moisha brother. More tarnishing Moisha near Bema image. There may access some blogs be cried day. Moisha near Bema picture. Atotoso, which is not good for the guy. May sure say a true blood brother will do this. And you know, may declare her. Me mama who the wom say enya Moisha brother na emum ni PA friend on Nelson tie ya ni PA mama Nelson picture ni PA friend on Nelson enti no sha picture yin so wonye konkon ni no nie Nelson nie wan line no enti wey na eye sa call no enya Moisha brother Claire 1 Claire 2 hwe so wonim boy wey ye pa wo ho so wonim Nelson year of Rewa CID headquarters. So put all machines on record for me. So wouldn't so me say I for a fact, me na make a show. What's it? Bragofi, me say na me chamudi a wom facts near capital CTS. Why ni? Okay. Mumbo adena mamena yemra sisia. Bo adena ba.
So she's she was giving out the money. She gave off all her things, including her bed that she sleeps on it.
To Victoria Michael's brother.
She gave it to people. She gave it to.
So she's giving everything she's got out.
Yes, because they told the Victoria Michael's brother told her
that everything she's got is bad money.
Yes, so she was giving everything out, including her bed, her wigs, her dresses, her shoes, even the couch in the hall. Donna Pascal, they came to advise her and stuff. She called the pastor and told the pastor.
Victoria Michael's brother?
Yes. She will call, and then she has become so, at a point Victoria Michael will cook and then she will come do it, and then she stop. After they had that money, it's like, now you should call them. I was there when the securities called me that I should come and pick Moshe, and Moshe is walking barefooted at the roadside walking.
Oh no.
Walking, so I should come and pick her up. We went to pick her, we called this person. It's like, we are disturbing them. It's like they are disturbing them. Later on, they came to pray for her and other things. But they went. Sometimes something will be happening. You call them to come. It will take time because it's like now they are not getting whatever.
I don't understand though. She saw she before the man came to Ghana. She called the man and then saw blood and she shouted.
No, the man wasn't coming to Ghana.
Wasn't the man in the church?
No, it's not that one. No.
Oh.
It's not that one.
Fiu. On say yes and trefwa, a juma. Ye training ya sabi. Moya celebrities in term of fella ba ya betina haka. Professionally no. Na momo buafu. Na wahu court kwan. Adi so amekan na ya mpa otono koye. Wahu di matem simple. Minu ni issue. Juma na me ya wote ase. But so better no who CID undercover agent. Obi. If when you being fine, me to way. When you being fine. What didn't ask them buy me phone so I'll find an excuse for you. Oh, my busy me for back, but you were interested because you kept asking follow-up questions to journalists. But now no be kwaka with you, so who call to coin. Also, I when him said dot. What about life? Abe patcho or when you want, sir. Patcho see and fancho yate, Moisha, who told a faction what in the penny and nipa. But me who had a video, sir. Yes, she even called to apologize. You said fuck off. Excuse my language, you're not a kind. That's so gangster. One say come me against no say I'm against the slow tree. But did you also know so recording somebody without their knowledge, is so unethical. Very, very unethical. But make up for a faster boy near concern Nelson. The me said the air costume in boy ni do. Winning boy power part trendy. One part trendy for better 10 years on trendy. And see, as some now in the picture, to me, may show be able to be any some the crack and Nelson. Nidin Koda. And I'm telling you for a fact that the Kotia celebrities means me for Manuntum. Nelson is a pimp. Or pimping Crawford. Or pimping Crawford more. Or pimping or more. Or can status now we say pictures be flat. They are now or tongue more. About 90% pictures are in post on the status in them. What pimping or more. And on your money, Juma handy. It was as some no be antiminka. But Mamma shut down swanning in a good boy, so. When they were afraid you can't concern. First of all, you're wrong. So, him say, nipa way, and you're fine. Now, Obeko, so on Nicodine Como. And it's so wrong, so also record now, record. I will say a follow up question. When you being a fine follow up question. Oh, yeah, could you be say, big crown woman? Yes, on us, no, you Nicutana. It could be, baby. Well, look. But the one hear me say, some Moisha Hobetono. Because when somebody is down, you don't kick the person. Yen fire and 3 Obi da former. Don't kick the she's down already. At the end, I'm more share. Me say yes, what Tony Niema because blood money. At the end, the person because our spiritual side into me. First of all, Joshua J. Prophet Joshua J. Na me bisa say I be a sikaya sabi. Omunya free kwine bonne so sabi ashawo break is near D. What's that na blood money ampa. Now was it right to say sister no? Etontone ni niema also Christ asumje enka so akwa banso ye bru na pacho what say me pacho adom na pacho so ho
confirm Adom refo nyina so.
Yaso. Pacho me sure say what tie bia what say yes what ton in niema because often say blood money and all that. Meaning say ba spiritus papa stasa. Eye one wa. Die wom anything.
But as say we chat here for you. Say would be the fa Christian. Obeye apodie foforo. But in nyame mu no enema ye wono ye nton twene. Ewade jiwa ogini nyina. Ansa we baba be Kristo ne no. Na onyame na abona twene pose obesa nipa.
Okay.
Se nyame asam de obi etie da. Den so ntene nsekere nipa. Da nipa ne be sata na ogie egum e de ma no. To ogie ne ba ma odi a. Bibi a wo bia benya wogie. Eti se wo baka se blood money on cotton on kwesi so ta na wrong. E se wo to obu ase. E ma repentant no e ye adwuma. Ne hu se ampa nipa no asachara. Wo platform ne sati wie a afeni nyame atia de wanim kan.
Jo. Eti wo tonton ye na nye se senka ye kan se blood money ko ton ye me expect se bia ne ho e beto no. Ba ne ho anto no. Se wako de hia dem watonton ne me according to nia ne pie konkonse ni eken. Yate ni nya. Eti aha.
Ejani ton ye no. Wo se no ho nton no. Eti wo se ade ne wo ho. Na nyame nipa no a enam so ma na benya ochie no. Wo ye ne ho adwuma. Otutu ahonhom baby okoye because ya paminu wo fi apamboni mu eba Yesu apam. Wo se aha maybe Jezebel e na so boso. Ye ne me bebre but nyame kat wo fa nyame chewo no. Nyame kat se o ma ne ma ne so. Na ebom na chire ne ma e ne be ba ne so. Ti aha bu nyame yini fremu. It is do point baby a oni pa bia no. The other section, the all show so. And I'm saying the pana ko susu any ahonhom any apamunte no. I was saying you break man and sana. Ani mo den saka. Otonia, sister Sandy, otonia sikari wa wedi. Otonia diskele bi afaka. Sikari wo then wo at the same time. It's ogie mum ena onyenyai. And your blood man na waton no. Deliverance anyway here. See be cut the home krono a. On me kwaya be tamon. Ile sa wodi fona mu e ma ne se ne japade nyina na sunsum di nachi sunsum no be sara no no ba ne dem e bi on ba ne sus da yeso mu sa de na wo ba no nyai it wodi e hi be ye niam mebre e di se sa bi bia nyenye flood na akase obi hia ba se mu din wa awradim na ochie e be ye adwuma ye koso bia e be ti efewa amnetima de no
yo daddy anofe me so won tell me 1 minute na nka wo mbom paye ma jenua ba no e ma me
That's Yamon Pie. I rather be bomb pie. So we be power or you can see it. The ever hint in life and also trade a suction. And also trade we are seeing won't come from them. It's a combination. We should be free of 70 be a wasso. And that one is CBM. So somebody be a ton so we be jump. The Jenny Clefo was soon. Yeah, that one is them. And the Bible free Christian at Tonso. Tell I didn't cover no. I don't say amen.
Amen. Perfect Joshua. But I see peace and pay. We are that Jenny chain and common. Yamin shall. It may twaswa may come on what to say. Your era of recording. Bonsema recording team no. We are tight. Your era. Say, Luna or Shamina Kasano. May I sure say you have somebody in your circle. If not your circle, grandpa. Somebody, your friend, obia one ni koba. Obetimi no chat, obefe pane dabre. No do dabra kwakoche just to paint you some way. Samson ya one croffa. Omo recording as celebrities name kwana yesi. And croffa recording croffa da. It is say no be on the watch out because most of them carry angel faces. They never watch him sister obeyesa. What I mean mo ni din kwa. They never watch obeyesa. But why? Go for pina wo animu bi a onfa ne ma bi ensusu omo. It is say no enhwe ni pa anim ne ye bia eno afia mankwa post video bi Pastor Selina enhwe ni pa ho fama ne ye bia because obi anim efe obi address ye ni trim unim enti no susu gi ni padi wate na susu di won komo na munyai some person mo so asem no tunnelsin so no oya concern for a fact makachro but zagazu uzi zagazu nso anya ade let's call a speed and a bloggers na mo de asamba na mo ti hu fifiri na mo ti na yeah o ka say no na chese wo kan bibi ohun ja and now let me state this make kind of clear what has said me sister Sandy me name producer Sandra Kapu and the entire Adom TV, no, we don't take money from people to disgrace people. Empire, nyami chemo yesterday. Empire me kra minye bi da minye bi nso so da. Sa wo se wa ma misika da se me ametiwa min disgrace you obi da. Come out. I'm daring you because I don't do that. Min yiska engo di animas. Min jisika mpo. Min yesa nso so da. Asam ne ba na e fela. Me yam investigations. Me yam hihwemu. No kra ba beka. Enya no kra na ma clear. You understand? Yeni adaja ye de begu obi animas. Eto no kan no me beka sister no nkoye. Obi one Nelson be ye ko obi onye careful. Me wone men kasa ye kra na we screenshot say wone sister Sandy kasa. Hey. So we trend and so wenya. Nelson so wenya. Eti mu nyina am anya there from Nelson to Zizagazu to obi. Now the family said, girl no woman and rest, which I agree. Yeah. I say e kanu. Ti madaroma. Me pamocho Ghana for. Ayeje when somebody is down, don't kick her. Me din se group part 2 ni beja mo kwan wo. Me sorry to about Bekofi Ampedu, personal na my Ferguson Ima, Osmosis, MCR, makeup Ann, Esther Ann, Techima Bruni, onu any chimenim Emma, styled by Obeku Ventures. Mema mi muso na fa show chim se me sinipa enye na abo bi bekawa na efrun tumem ko obi ofidi wa da ne fioma wa giane de. Ukojina phone so 19 minutes kwajo besia edi konkonsa yesu moja nkwoni mushia mokroma no ama bo
Niemo akwa baba ni asana se from Adom TV ye Badwam so na fa ye dro no sister Sunday be ye guy so dia hosepe abreye de edu so ye di enkomo taw na ye wia enne pensempensemu no ani die kwan so mesere so betie ni ye nu abrofo ena se so afọ hwe finance so be jagum bebre ye bebo akiri na fe ahwe se be ye nyina ye be hye datete ase fi se nkonta no bi wo hono mu aya na efefafa ye ne sonti multi TV satellite zone for ewa ha ye ba be di enkomo de afa ehu na fe ye hunu se de ebesi akọ de afa ntiro de ansa kwa na ye be start enkomo no kra no 0244748874 0244748874 and 0264748874 0264748874 na on a satellite zone for any enkomo Helena Sapon ewa ha David Kojo Anderson and so ewa ha ye no won babedi enkomo nti Helena entina se na fe ye hunu nia aircraft so no an ye twen no na enkomo no ede no akonanim papa madofo papa bi memo mo akwaba ye da mo se papa mo hu so ayefe colors no combination no mama bright ma memra Helena so satellite zone multi TV satellite zone eno ye dia
ye multi TV satellite zone ye di mo pa ye di enye nyama pa ye tom ena bring na ye bo hu de ena bring na ye bo hu de ro echi obi biara for the past 10 years ni de obi a oni edi dwuma be di adanse se ban di coders nyama papa eno ani multi TV satellite zone ye started with multi TV decoders nyane nyame adom watre shim the home appliance and so ba come home appliance nyame baby sell pay TVs and I say fridges home appliance maybe a gas cooker washing machine maybe brand beer or pay say Hisense Nasco Pearl Senex LG Samsung TCL you say food be crab and I mean you share no way you moved
I know they say
moved moved I say on TVs near book promotion kese pa wo ho on TV sina abani na frameless full screen esan inbuilt ya kan inbuilt decoder wo mu deda multi TV decoder no e bi hye mu deda it wo to announce wa man dash ni akofix ya ma ene e bo promotion you cry 800 cedis ko benye decoder no ni wenya dash ni asan ko fix ya ma
anyway wo mpe na opede ene em se mood na na wo se ye na wo hye ho atade de ye hwe de wo so wo ya boa ye wo satellite zone
on say move no omode ade foforo kra de aba edwaman so if you say new type ya omode abai no say on internet crampo na otimi connect o phone edema TV ni street a on here say obey on here internet bia na say we dey here say waka say o phone no e de ama TV ne na se WhatsApp crap na pese ohun ne kese wo TV ne so a obetimi ahwe TV ne na no ne connect WhatsApp se Facebook crampo na no nan fofo nyina ete ho na pese o mo hwe de oye wo phone ne so a obetimi di akire obetimi connect ama TV no no mu nyina no mo hwe.
Wow. Satellite zone for my idea nti we no mo baby ana bia enkran.
Ese Ghana ha de aji baby
Okay, satellite zone.
Sape.
Okay.
Aji bomu pe. Eno kwa nji baby ro. Your main office e wo tin house ko for idua.
Okay.
Oh na main office no odu o tin house a aka sem here glass nkwa building. And the one can be glass nkwa. I buy your first floor. Your first floor banson so eno ko for idua ho no man say otutu house. Eno gasen for Mrs. Roho. Yes an open to all home happy home tiles building no so so no ma. Entini o san wasaman kese. Mema mi nwi acheche mu yie. Se bebe ya.
Oh Ghana ha no. Esan se ye satellite zone edimpa ye wonti ye din ahyeta e wo Ghana afana nyina. Se okọ sunyane a e wo Bromantam a satellite zone office kese pa e wo ho. E na ye home appliances office no. Eno so e wo green light ene green light na ye opposite. Na okọ techiman so a sunyane kwan so no. Obehu satellite zone showroom no ewo ene Mozama asori dan no ena eben ena enye home kwan so oba infinity mantem so a satellite zone ewo Aguna Suedro no donko ensans Accra River no so pe obehu satellite zone aso ye ho ena oba no Winneba so ye ne God's Grace Enterprise ena ye nhwenim pe ewo Winneba ne ba ne kaso aso a high tension na se pe na satellite zone adjusho eso ewo na enye hon kwan so odu ho so a Victor Electronics enso ewo ho.
Okay, nti no na ya say Accra ha na kaso akwa wo finfi mantem Accra ha munni.
Oh, Accra ha so ye wo Carnation na ye san wo Madina.
Okay.
Okay. Na Takra den so Antaf Oben Davi Choba.
Hey, Davi abem. But we are working nyina no, ye beto bia mo amutimi kokko install
me patcho an Ghana afane nyinara no. Baby biara obebo satellite zone ahoma mu no. Ye benya ye agent ama wakwa kwahwa ma fel so.
Okay. Helena sense su bi mom na me. Se ede ne de biem na satellite zone for ewo.
They did kind. Said I can see a chassis with multi TV decoders.
But I know so much so.
You go
for ton of them.
Sape. And no company, no coin with DSTV or Go TV or Star Times. Your Canal Plus in a full by Philly. It's best for the less fun. So, also to ton and last officer or ton Makuma when you need him to. Sounds in a home of hands in Yamana Mekan, your TVs, 19 inches. 65 inches.
Wow.
Brand beer or pay. Your fridges, your chest freezers, just a home theater, soundbar, home appliance in baby. It won't be.
Okay. And mon crabata so the so memu baby. And a baby and so offer number no. Your baby install
offer 0244 748874. And now sign for 0264 748874.
Numbers no crowd the Adom.
Na se opese oni yen WhatsApp dia number no be use 0264 748874.
But am pese Helena sis so say yetimi betu.
Obetimi.
And yetimi turn back so ho.
Okay. Yetimi to turn.
Okay. This will be share na bia so pese to be. Now so ko ton wo baby so a satellite zone for yes, share no. So open back so a branches na yabobo no. Uko honso no so yebenya bi. Nti telephone numbers no and a wall screen no asie no. Moma yenko ni yenko to bi 0244 748874 and 0264 748874 0264 na so SI WhatsApp. Nti ebia na wanya opesa o test wo mo a satellite zone 4 ewo ho. Eni anopen yen fa yen common nsia. Madam was a papa.
Yes, you ever da was na ya da yetie phone ni ahwe phone nyina so ase.
Ya da say David Kojo Anderson na fe Helena Sapon free satellite zone ene ye no mo adi enkomo no. Niema home appliances niema ni nyina no. Yenko ho na yenko to bi installing nso a ni nyina no omutime ye. Midi de afia amankwa atamaplo mi kwai na ye de
pensempensemu ɛtoa so na sɛ ampɔfoɔ gye ɛdeba.
Work on the National Cathedral is progressing speedily, and following the program of the contractors and with God helping us, the National Cathedral is expected to be officially commissioned on March 6, 2024. Upon completion, the National Cathedral will provide a sacred space for formal religious activities of state and symbolize the enormous contribution of faith to nation building. Mr. Speaker, this state and church partnership envisaged by the President to develop the National Cathedral, it's on an initiative, the 100 CDs a month club, also dubbed Kitwa Biara Nswa, will be launched by the trustees of the National Cathedral on August 12, 2021, to give as many Ghanaians as possible the opportunity to be part of the history to build the National Cathedral. The aim of the club is to raise 1 million Ghanaians who will give 100 CDs a month for the construction of the National Cathedral. A special short code 979 has been developed for this purpose. We look forward to Mr. Speaker and all the members of this august house joining the 100 CDs a month club. We are strengthening the links between education and job market stakeholders. We are also revitalizing the skills development initiatives and the Ghana Enterprises Agency, NEIP, YEA, and CODVET. We are also feverishly working on a scheme that enables the private sector to train new recruits entrants at a subsidized rates by government. Mr. Speaker, our intention of building an entrepreneurial nation is already known. We aim to empower our youth to be at ease and venture into businesses. The cleanup of the financial sector and the invigoration of the entrepreneurial ecosystem is expected to help remove the binding constraints of financing and market linkages for our daring youth. Our focus will remain on establishing a strong value system for entrepreneurship to flourish. Mr. Speaker, recognizing that more needs to be done, government is today announcing a 1 million jobs initiatives to aggressively respond to the needs of the country. This is to promote growth in SMEs, support new ventures, and stimulate innovation and startups. We are strengthening.
Arabe ya samu achibi mamu akwaba de aba eye bedwemu empensempensemu so na okrompo na daroma bibia ai krado se meka sei na wotwe aba pa ho sima ensia pepepe e Adom TV so na se nkoma nyumaku akese bi o maso ya sene ema enei ye de bedwem pensempensemu ebrewo ene Hepa Plus mixture opapom din a fa ho to Hepa Plus mixture so impressor capsules waposo baby akase no ebihia bia no so tia obi a wo ha impressor capsules no behwe atotoma bibia aye kama e de ama Greenfield Scientific Clinic o se fanyi wadanyadwa ne bra so ahun no onye ntubase de mfidie ahwe na ohun baby a yare ne hye ana edi unya papa no aduro e de preparatory Infa V-Wash eye maade oba obi siesie ho na wasipi asita eye Infa V-Wash na eye Kel Charcoal toothpaste eno nso eboa etose ho sie fitaa num ye hwam na fe so otimi aka somsem abonsiri hehe ena no pay ye bedi nkomo e de afa enra media budget reviewer ye finance minister Ibra Kanu Foriata ede ekomen emrase bedwafie ehun nkomodie no efrase na ye wo osoafo bi de kire a ono ena ehwe oman sikasem so eye mame abena osei asare osan eye emrase kwani di momamfo wo etiwa east honorable memwachi amakwaba
medasi na mechia etifu nyina soso
etifu eje so ansa kra na meba so na ja aduane mo no mo anoa ena ye ba bedie nti mame nko na mene yewura John Jinapo a wono oye message ani di momamfo wo yape gusegu eni enkomo na yenhwe ensema hodo a enre to dwa no se de wo a e wodom kuma na fam no wono hunu nsem san se proud to say ye finance minister ebeba oman brasutwefie now the media budget review abai onmo a friends and trade for a brobron some so cross suggest baby a dead level sakwa kudru no ehu behia se yebekọ IMF anasi baby bi surunko bi na anyi bia nra nsem a epiepie no address some of the issues on raise and said say JJ good morning.
Good morning, Mania.
Na aponum to saying yeah na amanfo nim se osan ye ma azantima mponi nti omseme mo aso nte se kontonchi bo hia kuma ya tabra fie
bebe fie
all right anopai yenhwe enran sama yera kan ofori atade beto dwa nim se proud to say no beba no more true more ranking member finance committee ne so edin sama hudu bi to dwa niam a mo fo se enko yomansi kasemo a atete apansama ne niam bia mo fo se ya anya ye beji agukura enra utie opani ni wi anya bia nsama odi to dwa no ebinom wo ho a address issues am raise ye no anam ho ani daso bi om
no me me da se bebre na me chia tiefo nyina me nim se me volume ni okay mama
okay pa
okay yeah, thank you nyame nim no kre se already budget na apart from praise singing any Bible minister be kotu ye any mo ke kan na it just confirms one thing say economy na etitia pansam a confirm say economy be be yedru no the future is bleak na ya nhwe year nyeda yonim no kura no a worse than your experiences say minister nkasa me nyameka bia na refer to the page page 21 paragraph 109 already minister the taxes be break abeto yeso in fact for the pollution and sanitation levy data fund levy COVID-19 levy financial sector cleanup levy ya inclusive VAT levy ya levies be break onwa de to just say enontino by the time of by June be end no na wanya 35 billion cedis in revenues. And no revenue wanya 24 billion. Just say more than 10 billion wanya. What do you call percentage calculation ma? There's a percentage shortfall of about 31%. In the taxes be whatever to 2 years so assurance of mine no. The revenue targets no one missing by single digit, one missing by over 30%. That is worrying. Now in economics, no. So when you see revenue target, what you do is to also look at the expenditure side. And my position is that one of the key areas of your goods and services. Because all the goods and services compare capital expenditure. Capital expenditure they acquiring the hospitals, the real critical infrastructure projects no ever. But who the goods and services o project is over spending 2.6 billion. Or the budget I was spending 4.4 billion. Just what diablo so 63%. Clearly, we are in very, very difficult situations. Because goods and services in Kwan, where dear Brusso, 63%. Meanwhile, revenues no had dropped it by 31%.
I mean, target no.
Your debt levels by December 2020, now you can now your dear 291 billion. Within this short period, by June, I got 334 billion. That means you cannot across by 43 billion in 6 months. Just 6 months, 43 billion. Meanwhile, your total revenue is 24 billion. I don't know when you mention now.
Me tepa.
The car of mining in within this 6 months is 24 billion. Meanwhile, you can across by a whopping 43 billion. You know, economy and 10%. This economy is dead. But media workers, look, me suma workers, papa. I feel a minister na debate through that. Or say your daily wage, you two by 4%. That's a nominal increment. 4%. Meanwhile, inflation 8%. What it means, they say, so we are buying a juma yeni, and now we are juma na se usika. Yampan is our monthly salary 100 cedis. 4% in the over 104 cedis, and I'm a boy. Now 8% inflation, not usika no so by 8%. Because inflation eats into your purchasing power. Inti bosumi ni bedu na wiye no. Now usika na one day, that is the purchasing power, the real value of usika no. 96 Ghana cedis. So you are worse off. What is good about this budget, Minion? You tell me, what is good about a budget that will make the ordinary Ghanaian worse off?
But Honorable Jinapo, Wadama, has there been a time, say, Adjumayefo Aketuyan Tumuno, ye share inflation rate, no na ye diatum sebia, inflation rate is 10% in tier, more 10%. Has there been a time?
Exactly so. Exactly so. You apply the Fisher's rule to ensure that one year at least restore him to parity. That is the essence of a daily living minimum wage. It is to adjust for inflation. It is to adjust for price increments. That is why we come out with a minimum wage. Until your friend, a minimum. Just a young you shouldn't be worse off.
But the finance minister said, after COVID, no, we share a how idea brace, Kasemi in Akrana, and I'm on to a power yenti, and na economy no, SRTS now so it's a recorded growth, and then Yamaka crack indicators be a chesampa, yes, sign a Jana and Naso, and you mean ye, but be actually see a saying Jana and Naso, and on one in your dream home.
The growth should reflect in your living condition, and I'm a
no correct.
Yes, the growth should improve your life. So economy no yini. Na se u sika semom ana aduane kura obetimi atono. Eso ati aba forma. Ebia na every month we a bag of rice. And they won't even to a bag of rice. What is the value of that so-called growth? A growth of economy is a function of four things: consumption, investment, government expenditure, and the difference between your export and import. If government decides to spend too much, like I'm showing you with the goods and services, you would see a growth rate in terms of the GDP, but it will be meaningless. If government decides to obey too much, then your GDP or growth rate will increase. Not me pacho, you could document do what. So
regional economic outlook.
Regional economic outlook.
Yeah.
Sub-Saharan Africa. Ukomwa, Ghana. 2020, then Ghana and COVID actually.
Debbie.
Your deficit, according to the IMF, according to the World Bank, Ghana any 16.4%, the highest amongst all the countries.
All the countries in sub-Saharan Africa.
In sub-Saharan Africa, because this report is a report on sub-Saharan Africa. About 44 countries.
But I ain't for the draft is our report, you know. It's also no.
Wait, so this is the IMF document. IMF one of the document whereby the International Monetary Fund. Aban and challenge you omo. Aban and protest here. And no, I'm call website, document way egusu at the IMF a website. Cote d'Ivoire, almost deficit, now 5%. Equatorial Guinea, 4. Gabon, 5. Ghana, 15.4%.
Most still stand by the point I'm raising now. Mo year press conference and they say aban na ko share COVID dechi ni mum na niam agye gudada.
I'm saying say COVID no nya Ghana nkwa na achi yen. Ade na yen kwa ya COVID ye running a deficit of over 16%. Abra ye PS will be 5%. When you run a deficit of 16%, it will show a positive growth rate in your GDP. because you are overspending. It is a offer, Wakatua, 1,000 cedis a month. But Wakwajibu's here 20,000. What do you reach your fee? What do you reburger meat? And you think that you are doing well. I cannot add the whole air train. Because Ghana is not an island. Tell me how many countries post-COVID are introducing 9 different taxes? Just mention one country. Post-COVID, not even we are still within COVID. Post-2020, introducing all these taxes were introduced. And yet you go and give workers a minimum wage of 4%. It's an insult.
Eti Andra aban mrani a wasan ho pe indicators of us say eboa actually say ye rebound from a year shock and say how coronavirus edebre and for say it's just in the books but a reflective of
Look, every document and every statement I've made, I've referred to the minister's own paragraphs. Me go to paragraph 87 now, paragraph 92, page 16. Paragraph B and me put to be a me pick from document. Let them dispute that. Issues are raising, say workers should be worse off, no. Let them dispute that. Say, the minimum wage of 4%, no, will rather increase the purchasing power of workers against an inflation of 8%. And you say a cost by 44 billion. And you say your revenues are dropping by 10 billion. Let them say that. Send your maker and you credit and your budget, no, it's an answer for. Say no credit and your minister can in Amaza. Your phone call the beer as I tend to top on go.
Eti entop on go JJ kasa tintin top on go na je say yenyi ani because aban me ate ase say enema ode agu akwa mu ba be create about 1 million jobs agenda 88 sha se just next month ne ho keka ho no de o kan de na sa bambuom yenyi ani
aban ya ne kura de minister of finance o mampanyin na nkasa President Akufo-Addo de betu just say within 1 year obesi 100 and the agenda 111 na me boy.
Started 88 na ode ebika ho na 111.
Was it within 1 year and me boy?
Ampa.
And then me know say one block ra won see.
Say no more year a pre-construction and your money on.
Anya me na me be kan President na be kan. No hinu na mo ka adwuma anya yie na yin kwa na be ka se be ye. Ohina nkasa ohina Capo di capo, Dankasa Becatre, say man 1 year. Obesi 88 hospitals. Menuka say 1 hospital for intimacy. No, in another say my Antimanto Ponko. Now, him one SM now or the into the more than 1 year, the preparation day. More than 1 year. The president didn't know that.
In one word, who describe it, Enra media budget review, no? Obe describing the saying.
This budget, of person money India is easy. Budget where your friend Kofie budget.
Kofie
budget. Because workers are going to be impoverished. Apart from inflation and AD workers, you are taxing them to the hilt. In fact, even LPG get or gas, I didn't know if you know of it. More taxing.
All right.
Gas. Very soon, gas are a brief, from an combat taxi.
JJ, ma men now I say, I want to pay Brower Jini Dinkomo.
That's it.
John Jinapo, Rashid Janidi Moment for a war Yape Gusegu, no sign, a can a year finance committee, or members with your fee on to say anything. Honorable, Messamo Quabium.
Medasina, Major Sona, my science to Chichia, ETF Punina, Susubio.
A tip for Ejoso. Now, Safi na dia fidi na to a honorable Abna Osei Asare and yes so for be the chira share o mai sikasem so nti enra de tie de yabo bi a kire wo de a chechire bi mu a kire wo no ono ene ne boss kanu furiata na wono mu anwene o mai sikasem bi e fa ho bia no omo na efeso nti wo ha de enkomo bia de akamu de opa so tie ase bia no e be try say ye bibisa na yaje ho enchiremu e de ama honorable ma yen hyase enra dwumadi a o boss eba machine fi be die no botai pa na any saying
me da say your botai di kind say it is in fulfillment of the Public Financial Management Act say call parliament omo akwanya se sika sei fa ye adwuma afine du mfinfin bebu akonta a kire yen kwan a wafa so na permission ye de ma say spend on behalf of government no edien sen kwan ben so no wafa so a waye nti wotie ya ye kan efa ye ntoto a ya gege ene expenditure say sika ye de aye adwuma ene nioma ye hwese 6 months ya ye wuremu yi nioma esi aban pese oboa na osia no ena free July so ekono ni afenewie ye no ni aban ehwa ono so ebetimi ayede aboa na enisuade hu a oka se opese ode budget no eye no 2021 budget ne ye no otimi ede ye nti eno na enura yekobobo mu kire Ghana for na minim se enura ye wie nkita hudi a ye ne stakeholders di ye omo kire se media budget review di eye media budget review with a difference ene se anko kase ye agisike bio maka ho ye kan say yanko for supplementary budget ne say BBAC BBaba 90 ye hia sika foforo e de aka ho e de edi dwuma na
eka akoma sika na e de amamo dada no
e de ma ye ndeda no ba yanko ye bibia sa enti me say a lot of stakeholders both inside and out of the country are very happy omo hwe say aban hwe say senior nioma ekon nie waka sobe no obe live within the means no aye ne saa na menua no John Jinapo kasa no o say your revenue ye ntimi ye 30% short mo beje mu ntimi anye so amu adi ama na boro so data de data ne saa information we it's all over the place nti eya mane enwen se okan sem se ya Ghana for enko na omonko check
information ekita ye different from say na
information na ekita me we ye media budget review statement na nkasa ye sika ne akontabuo ni nyina eka ho na wo hwa ye ka say ye total revenue and grants ye share say na nka ye be ye 32.3 billion 32.4 billion which is 7.5% of GDP but okay you can in abom you 28.3 billion 28.3 billion which is a shortfall of 12.5% and yet 30% on hand any e catch Ghana phone but afei so wo hwe this year ye yetimi aye no compared to last year your revenues no in nominal terms no up by 18.1%.
Oh, okay, that's an improvement.
That is a real improvement not bad because aban introducing a lot of efficiency into the revenue mobilization. Oshe Ghana.gov platform na watching a tremu ya your vice president launch a payment platform, a common payment platform. Uni aban di business will be bia across the country. And yen crime free a sro eba from bebia ubetimi akwakotua wo bank bia aban ensa ebe kasika no. Na aban utua ya peso broni beka say in real time aban hu sika abeto ne account mu ti we can efficiency measures na ye dey ba no to say minister so can say ye be launch bibia ye frɛ no revenue assurance and compliance execution and also so ye be boa say ye ne national security ne other stakeholders e be kan ye ho abom be bibia say ye boa na ye gi ye sika no ye sika ese na efata say ye de betua ma aban no ye be ye ne ye tua ma aban mention say in 2021 budget no ye the 9 taxes na buy menua enye 9 taxes na de buy taxes na de buy no ye di ho adanse ye say ye nyina ye hu se ne covid no atete apansan ko bebre ye ndi nyankopon wado
e honorable enye 9 no na ye say nka o ma ye hu se ne dodo no na ye hu amankomo no emu ada ho
ye di kan no ye the 5 ene buy
5
eno ye covid 11 sanitation no ene delta no ene de ma banks no
banks ne de no
yes ene ye de buy say ye call parliament no ye catch parliament say your expenditure for the year 2021 108 billion but revenues are ye betimi agege 72 billion intimia between the 108 billion and the 72 billion how do you fund your programs because as I say free SHS etimi koso planting for food and jobs koso your school feeding na koso new other flagship programs as I say aban no implement na citizens ye hu hia yen han ye ni nyina as I say oye inti sa gap yi either say ube tax revenue ebetia anase say you do it who share your structure na through borrowing anase tax revenue and ye de fund your budget. Enti so ha nani aka say and say this time Yaya Adepa is 32.4 billion. That was the target, all right, but they had 28.3, and the difference or the growth is 18.1. Enti bi ni Yaya Ade in pain bebre ni so ye beba media no ya e bia na ye ntimi meet your revenue targets, but we be na your expenditure akosoro esen de ye target for, but we hwe afia your expenditure an kosoro an sen de ye ka say ye beye no ye ka say ye beye 55.1 billion by end of June, but so far you 50.6 billion. This tells you that aban yi levy within the means. Now share say at ban sign and I yet me make his savings here. Prudent measures are Minister of Finance through the fiscal policies or thereby your revenues near expenditure. Any the Bank of Ghana so in the monetary policy area no. Now buama interest akọ from it na wo share ye ka say interest no by half of the half year ni yetia ya 17.9 billion.
Bosomi nsia di afene kan no.
June ending ni yetia 17.9. But there's some prudent measures near Diabano. So far, you are spending 15 billion on interest. Into this government is aware, say, as I see a year everything possible. Now you living within your means. Not near Parliament approving mine in 2021. You this one year. Now and yeah, and also pena you cancel catch Parliament say afi your deficit no you unco over and above. Na minuane kase and na your deficit na ko 16 points ahe. De bia ye chemu say yen ye de deficit ne ba Parliament no ye can say energy sector no enya ade a debt no mu jaman yen na omo call yen no mu jaman yen no enya ade a it say other deficits, and then the financial sector deficits loans near koji yen nyina for a specific purpose in calculating your deficit yaka, and every time we state it clearly in the budget say we do not add those two because and the usual form of debt bibi na akoka bibi
sector debt
any financial sector debt no almost share ya na amwa and just as kapudo ya to yeso and ye hwe say ye betua na ye yie
fu na for was a problem they say after 5 years in government na ya bibi still am pese mo refer
na after 5 years in government asem and then banks ni bi wo ho a ye da so etuo mo ka, so it is not like after 5 years asem if Sanyoma we yes, because Sikano sabe enta ho bebre sa o se structure na ye ne nkakra ni etimi di tia sa financial debt nya se sabe usika wo bank na se o man hwesu ye na bank na egu a wo na se ufa hu tipa ya na we na se nti aban ba mu ebe hwe nti consistently ya catch IMF for say Sanyoma we one off item and the usual items nti ye mfa nkan ye deficit no. Until we strongly disagree, say it's 16 points.
It is say no per dia wo kan what is 11.4 11.4
Parliament for the 2021 budget. It was 11.4 and we stated that clearly. Said this is it.
And Bukra say well the high side kakra.
It was the high side because there were explanation is say you catch you say COVID bar you know. That was in 2020. We had to go to Parliament reduce our revenues by 12.5 billion. But meanwhile, the expenditure involved in COVID, in fighting the COVID, because President Denis Wadie who said COVID, obedi kan save lives because yen the nim send ye yetimi sie economy no say eye basa. But the nim send ye yetimi di nipa eden assign back in kwambium. Inti eno ene ye Denis Wadie hu. Inti aban
okay, there's a COVID time no me tia motete revenue and was some jejene so
because businesses
more spending more at the situation no
businesses bebre hu kan ye enua nkofo bebre wo ho a omo ejuma ye den ese ye ntina they were not able to pay taxes and production and every productivity na e call form enti aban ka say meso ade we ya no nti wo hwe ya ye call parliament
ka say nkofo bi hold on omo taxes ni ade efa kwan ya be fa so ya be save yen crop nti no the additional 13 billion by nti that resulted in the deficit prior to 2020 no now share your deficit it was below 5% because we applied the Fiscal Responsibility Act ya catch who say you be making sure see nya primary positive primary balance
and then your deficit to GDP bro 5%. You di super pepe from time I set rule until COVID buy.
But you have a year at forcing saying said mode and nay say you can say economic woes are more the COVID than ye because even before COVID not any magie good.
Even before COVID we never witnessed above 5% of deficits. No. We never recorded
but
that.
Our debt levels still are no was ropa.
Me explaining idea say there's a gap between the expenditure and the revenue.
Sure.
So between that gap, how do you want us to fill it? We fill it by raising more taxes because of the structural nature of our economy, or we borrow to fund these things. So and it is not something a country cannot run without that. Sure, UK. COVID, no, our debt levels are cost by 99.7% of GDP. So we sit here and say as if Ghana is an island, Ghana is the only one, trying to save Nkro for. But all countries are doing that. Australia and US, they had to come up with a package of about 3.5 trillion.
Yeah.
To support the economy. And Mijidi say, na mpem bebre no politics, but we share achievements here. This mid-year budget review, edia topono so a. You say ya honka bebre, e na face ma menko edwuma no so. Na me nua na ka say ye increase workers salary minimum wage
yes,
and
by
4%. Yes, the public sector will by 4%.
Instead my 4 ebonyo ekra.
Sebio, country will say enwuma ya ye enya aban pe na employ nkofo.
Sure.
We have the private sector. So the negotiations is made up of the tripartite committee, employers, fa nkofo wejumem, and the unions and government. Uye bibia, unye diebema sebio employers so because the easiest way for them in the private sector is to lay people off. But that is not what government wants. More what government and public sector for no. Consistently, ebinum ankwe ejuma for several months because of the COVID in 2020. None of them lost their salary. Everybody was paid what was due the person. Ask of the private sector teachers, no. This almost say omanko school, ye ti omo kana.
Private teachers,
yes. And omo hospitality industry. Bisa say Kwafwamba hotels ye ti omo kana. So we consider all these things and then look at the revenue that government is able to raise, and we decide together. Said this is what we believe we can.
I say abani if is kakra one in some na face so say ono kokotro
yes
akatua no bibra na say the pressure about private
employers so say where are they going to get after the economy no ashase sign a rebound biom. God being so good, first quarter you recorded 3.1% GDP growth rate. When you also sign I can say and talk about deficits no for the sub-Saharan Africa. Now, in 2020, it was projected, say, the global economy, including sub-Saharan Africa, will witness a negative growth rate. But what happened to Ghana? We witnessed 0.4%, a positive growth rate. He forgets to say all these things, and it is because of policies, new measures now. Now, the Danko Kufado, edit to apnoso, a boyama, yenuanum sign a callback, and moving forward, no. Abayin say, kwanya mefa so makes media revive economy no. Now, me the confidence as I back to Ghanaians, they say I have to vaccinate men to achieve herd immunity. And in that, Abayin say made a top 17 million doses of Johnson & Johnson, and no your one and single dose shots near war. Now, me the abua say ye achieve herd immunity. Now, the number of people ye person ye vaccinate you or you come ha yet me vaccinate you but my business is confidence say me de misika eko share business imu bioma enye say yare be san ba ama ba ye nyina ye benya ahode san say ya wo ye friend say na ade a etwemu me gidi say ankofo bebre ebi omonsem eda omampani ase the 1 million jobs initiative na ye de eba no over 3 years we are hoping say your youth now they form 71% of the population. They're below 35 years no. They form 71% of the population. Now, Osha COVID year by I hit you very hard. And government edin share news to see a pabebre by better say, ya be buomo, person yo major they have lost their jobs. We are doing retraining and skills training and retraining.
Me person be nyant was ya chem because nipa bebre no e believe say we the manifesto promise ni bia oh ya tia bre 1 million jobs asem de e dey potin na mo ye wo ho se saa nipa 1 million ni benya adwuma pɛ de mo kan
o hwɛ ye national entrepreneurial NIP for NIP eka ho bi and YE eka ho bi na afei so ye ne private sector skills retraining no ye di kan ye bi deda any faith-based organization in sorry no o hwa in sorry be to say Pentecost Presby ni ade omo wo in sanojuma nkonko bebre across the country, so we are partnering with them because omo no be boanyama ya identify the vulnerable in the society ni omo hia sa ade no, and so we have partnered with them already. Ya ye be medical go through how to make shoes and other things are almost so yeah,
that sad I am not effective. It me achieve the intended purpose no say the can.
You local sandals here yeshi. Yes, sa initiative ye bi e na aboa ama omenya ye frɛ omenya sa akwenya na omo so omo ye. E na ye kan about the youth bank. Youth bank na enye bank fofora ya frɛ na ye ba besi. Na emom eye more about access and connection. Say ye be link ebia entrepreneurs work across a certain region.
Into you get access to credit facility,
funding, and then a connection so to ebia a buyer, a seller, sa connection. And sa youth bank here so bank kind now apply for BBA. We are using existing banks, the commercial banks, CBG, and we know say because rural banks so spread across the country, no, we will consider using them also so that what's say any name baby. What's a assignment baby? I want my constituency who who here so bank.
No, you be there's this saying say, oh, share say if not the whole world in poor and now say Africa, Ghana, ye can't initiate policies we are the best, but the implementation and on a issue. A quite benefit because Nipani bebre suya juma don't wanna go school baby no access to. A funding, yeah, yeah, can once any, not a problem. Distribution, I'm for say, and yet fair enough, and it's very difficult for business startups, especially cream has say over starting business. Indeed, Bibishon could be a horn more a day correct sadiano, and I say a day sa tino. I mean, who say, oh, there's a new breed of Bibia air banty, where you for was a unya and crunch say, Uber baby, Uber be starting baby, I'm an aqua baby.
You make answer this policy no is and yes say Ghana food now is targeted purposely at the youth no 35 and below for no and it any minimum say any IP I hear a lot of engagements in that regard. Yeah, you share a lot of stakeholders and in seminar nyoma na PA free in share anim no eno ho na yetimi de a form our policy here ye kan. So this time it's strictly targeted at the youth. When you obia say we are Ghana into debi, but in mebunu no go through some series of training. Any idea no? Yeah, to the business so yeah mebunu yeah na for some reason ya bemu ebu.
Yeah.
But mesre say yen yiri ho, and the future of this country depends on the youth. Say and the quality of youth are yen so ye be yen and ebe boa ama ye nyina so pa. Mestre in everything, memo my yabemu embu. Nemo abide the policy way yaba. Sometimes ebi apply once, twice, once in can be no apaba. But you have to force, you have to push. And they be a make a change of say, and yet my first time near me call parliament na me win here. I contested in 2010 in the primaries and I lost. But I didn't give up. And then me signed Comenibium in 2012. And then I want to pushy. We should the youth no. Let's have Minister Koti 2 Timothy 2. He spoke about
Bible quotations or yeah there.
And Bible quotations. Bible quotations. It's a sharing a way of life. And I can say Nyankopon my spirit of fear, but of my spirit of self-control, self-discipline. And as youth no, taking the initiative, let's control ourselves, let's discipline ourselves and take advantage of.
But sometimes when you see there will be a light at the end of the tunnel, fine, a mouse I encouragement, you know. But what share as it say, shadow said the Nioma AC echo. As I speak to you, no, me sure so called constituency otibi wo nipa o maso fom a o mo ka bi kire wo enkomo obi edie ne se kromu ayeden. But here is the case mukita figures ne indicators kire se eniema ekoye. So eniema na ekoye at what level?
Yo, say any dear. Nioma nima emu ayeden no enye Ghana pe, it's across the world because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Akoso baby and inti the imported inflation aba no mo kra nioma ba China fo atototo omo containers mu inti se bi omo so mo ba ha kana omo de omo boy no eno so no omo de be hwe no omo de price omo de omo nioma ti setting yama nioma akosoro kakra but aban yi nanka aban ti ho nanka onye hwe a migidi se aho chira nka ebeba no ka ebe dos bebe but here's a case aban hwe se ye engage Sebe, your public sector workers there, close to 750,000 people. They are assured of their jobs. And ope bi almost sorry ko ejuma, bosumi bi ewu omo ji o marketia and other projects ni nyoma aban ede abua school nkwala ni ade. It is ongoing. So many things are ongoing now. But me gidi say, ye ntimi nka se aban wa ye ni nyina. Na mu ye guso. And what we need, senior minister kind, is the partnership from all stakeholders. My nyina abonten na yen criticize edie na wa ubetimi ede abehye ma ebeboa enra me call PM Express ewo Joy News. And one of the panelists no eka say omo hwe say small and medium scale enterprises no omo say yema taxes no enye accessible emom nti e bia wo group into level say wa level we afini nyina o tax a obetua say the flat tax rates be at near farm. Inti yes stress obi anfa constructive criticisms emra ni enhwe kwan a ye be fa so a ye be ye already ni stakeholders no engagement say sadie way it seems to be coming up a lot say taxes no mitie bi wo ha kade na mon kan nyina mbom na nkan che me so abna busumi afimu udi abetia 10% inti wejuma ye nyina wo hwe sika udi shem no ube ma me 10%. You know, these are some of the things he did say. Ye nyina ye kan ye ho bom ni ye ne boa ebe boa ye bebre na face so aban ankasa so ebe check ne ho ene say obe introduce efficient measures into the processes of government. Obi ene ukoye passport kanen na goro boys asomu no mo ye ni say but ene ntisa utu fie wa apply online wa ye bibia ye se bra na beje ukoye driver's license sa aban hwese we nyina obe introduce efficient measures into the way we do things. Yes sir, it decreases the cost of doing business and it affects ye nuanoma SMEs so positively. This is what government is looking at doing. Ye did say ye be hia mu nyina mo boa ma ye
we will continue to be citizens, not spectators. But na media budget review mu na motete to no bi so na enye ye.
Yo, me da se wa midi kan mi kire mu kire o se ye sika nyina ne eto na ye se ye gigini bibia 72.3 billion. Na nioma ye hia ne etimi ara na economy no nioma ye hia na etimi ama nioma akonkan no 108 billion. Aninti between that no aban ntimi nka se o de to agigini nyina. But on the tour, kakra.
Okay.
Taxes ni introduce ye nyina in 2021 March no. It's just 2.1 billion.
They buy ni nyina.
They buy ni nyina 2.1 billion. Meanwhile, the gap no between 72 and 108. Menya.
Bebre.
Bebre. Enti aban nim burden ne nioma ye nyina ye fame as a result of this COVID.
Tax experts ne mo ankasa kra sometimes mo babonten be kirem. Se enipa kakra bi na etua to. Nipa kakra bi na etua to nso omo aso na egu so pilot to ndo na egu omo tiri.
Na make say aban introduce efficient measures. Efficient measures ni bi say or the aban introduce national identification card no. I'll link it to or tax identification number. Wa link it to passport any DVLA ni SNIT ni sa nyuma ni nyina. Nti ene o hwe kaneno na omo 10 no. Tax identification number no me about 5.5 million. And now ye can say because aban introduces measures no and then you 15 million people with tax identification numbers. Ni enimu say
but numbers no e wo ho keke ana say
numbers no e wo ho nom na ye nim ntini ntimi and tap into it. But see a ye hu numbers no, we will drill down. Na ye hu say numbers here ba ye emu 8 million eseso mutua taxes. Na ye ni omakoka. Ye nso yetimi identify no metio musika se ne eseso mutua musika. Kane ne de se wunima ade a wunimu de untimi nye. But see a ye hu sa nyoma yi nyina as a result of national identification card ni linkages no to so many things. Since ye kakra we will get there. But the enemy say as we widen the tax net no burden no ebe perform but revenue no ebe bad no eye bebre.
All right. Safe na dey fidi na to a honorable Abena Osei Asare o so afa bi de kire ohwe o mbesi kasem so na ye ne di nkomo osaye mashibia ni di momamfo wo etiwa the east yeah. Na honorable agenda 88 amamfo bi ya fa ne se fallacy. But enra obos my head here say preparational works ahodo nyina awie preparational works no den ne ko mu because o mampani my 1 year and eko 2 years yi nti 1 year ni nyina preparation e ni sie na nkasa no enso be di say
say the mampani can say ye dey asobo from within 1 year necessary awie. That is the distinction. One can say tama o kasan within a year.
Politicians one amotimo asem say sem no amoka je say mo amosa be kirem.
Okay say ye dey ebo from within 1 year necessary kuku esi we.
Ya antiase sa
Processes bebre na go through. One, the design of the hospitals and the various places.
But that one the munya recommendation because per ade am ready and is a local architect ni ade na mo engage omo for the designs and architectural works ni nyina. That one I hope say adwuma na nkasa so mo de be man local contractors so am omaye.
Omo menya nyina ye local contractors aye ni omo ene wo ha.
Okay, so contracts mo award mpo awie.
Ye di kan aye 32 a Nyankopon ye adoma bosumi a ye be wure me ye August bosumi abinde aso ebebo form
na award 32 dada
minim say 32 eye ne ye de ba be hyase.
Okay,
hospitals in ya no broni beka say into lots into sections. The first lot here 32 now across the country ye be etna hana ye ka say but the things and new money preparations go through and sana unim say nsase ebe ye issue land to build these things on was one of
the various districts. The districts involved were not willing to release lands or
no,
what?
No, yes sir, ebia assassin location no ebia nye papa we have to look for another one. Sa nyoma we nyina come into play whilst we were preparing sa nyoma we nyina ba Nyankopon wadom. The first 32 no ye dia so ebebo form bosumi a ye ba be wremu and now mampanyin ka say within a year no because the funding has already been secured. Okay say ye call Parliament, this supplementary call Parliament in 2020, you can say ye ja $600 million, $100 million at all purposely for this, and so it's been ring fenced, and we are waiting. Say ye be cut the sword no na ye di juman. Okay,
inti cut the sword next month, and ye hear any more say.
Within that was what I know. That was what the president meant when he said within 1 year we should see the hospitals being raised.
Right.
And your hospitals so sikeke yeah equip hospitals necessary. And as you equip hospitals necessary, you need to equip them with a human resource. Aye nurses ni a doctor for ne sa nyoma ni nyina. Ti nyoma we nyina na aban ehwe holistically so that ye be wie no nyesa afi na ye be train more doctors. Already we have what it takes. Nti ye hwe sa nyoma we nyina nti se e delay a stress sa backroom adwuma nyina so ka ho
na ye yenkosi nwie ni enko ye te se ba ko na mo beto ye a mo se ye sisi ho so afidie bia anim no
nti na make say it is not just about the building but equipment ye de be mane and the human resource needed ni nyina combined in this particular project of agenda 88 now.
All right, afi one district one factory one of my flagship programs amanfo enyamu gidie say we dey ba enwuma yasem ya woken most of these factories here operational mebunu ya na be mu adwuma we say about 100 and is it 102 and ye operational say in about 125 so at various stages
of
completion.
Me pa sure yes it is a hope say every district will have at least one. So you can have more than one, but a minimum of one. Yes.
Because we work na ba could be a minimum
of one. You can choose to have many. But so far 102 and this has provided about 150,000 jobs, both direct and indirect, to areas Jumedie wo.
Opposition for so ko to be and is you na me painting what say one district one factory near
yeah, say adiane your friend evidence. Nti ade na wonkom na wonkɔhwɛ sɛ ɛyɛ ampa sɛ ye say ana ye yes a.
Ɛde one na mo de boa nkrɔfo with regards to this one district.
Ɛno na nka me ba so ba bɛka no. Ye di kan ye hu sɛ factories ni bebree no ɛyɛ ana ɛyɛ lack of access to capital. Ɛyɛ ɔsi ona misika kɔlɔki nti di aban ba na ɔbɛyɛ ne sɛ Obwa na ubo besiana.
We existing ones ne dey na okay na say new
ones. Whether existing or new ones. Yes. Obwa na say oba your friend is saying utimi set up na. So usually most of the time people use loans to set up these factories because there will be any scapudo be a da ho beka say inti aban eso insi ho no ni beka say interest payments no. Aban takes a part of it whilst you also pay a part of it. Yeah, I'm paying the interest no serve as a deterrent to a lot of people. And yet tiaka buying interest ni bikeke. But buying so yen shisheye ama nese na making interest rates are dropping. Into a drop sa na buying so sign etia a move fan amawa. It leaves quite an amount of money in your pocket to be able to run the business. And then yeah no person so say in the course of a business, nyoma na wo ye no machines ni ade say wo craft free ama no ne ba. Aban ehwe contribution or business no say ba ebeboa na wa ma tax exemption on certain things yenye we krom hanum say say wo kra na wo de ba no sa de nso e relieve you a few of a lot of money and anka wo de betua sa import duties sa new money nti ni nyina so leaves money in your hands. And then the planting for food and jobs no so act as the raw material base for some of the items now here normally around.
Currently, is it suffering somehow?
Ni how per se. It's about fertilizer but fertilizer does not make the program plans for food and jobs.
But I
mean say but any fertilizer the year can say fertilizer no moving forward ebia yetua but the wakwa genesis no na yentua ye bomodin say ye beboa na ya clear sa debts ni fi but as far as government is concerned
fertilizer na mai
as far as government is concerned budget ye dey too hot for sa nyoma ni nyina no government push it through ebia for some reason for one or two reasons they had to purchase more fertilizers than we had budgeted for, and that is where the problem comes. But as far as government is concerned, sikapudu biya ujaya in the budget for plans for food and jobs for fertilizer, government has paid. But in the course of the business, ABA estimated 10,000 metric tons. But in the end, we ended up purchasing 13,000. So that 3,000 difference, maybe akwakofa. But the government is looking at it and seeing how best
because
we can address
priority area.
Yes.
We free SHS. Free SHS ne hoye.
Free SHS ne hoye papa.
Oh yeah, sure said ne hoye.
Ne hoye papa and gradually we are closing the infrastructure gap. Kaneno na nyuma bebre wo hwa na schools no ni as a result of the increase in the numbers no. But kakra aban AC anu kwa wohwe bebre ye dormitories ni bia kan dining halls ni sa nyuma and sika ne ye dey running nso so government is committed wohwe your budget nim for 2021 we put about 1.97 billion so close to 2 billion in the budget for adewe for free SHS no and na wohwe ansa na omo betimi akọ school last year no so government invested a lot of money government invested close to 7.6 billion within a space of 4 years, the 4 years or 5 years of this program, no share a money nyede and say into you go so.
It okay say more close to infrastructure gap now. Say we are heading towards eliminating a double track and on account. And on one some
minister no edi can say the double track is not going to be is not going to run throughout. But after some time when we have been able to close the infrastructure gap.
And how soon?
Minister no a certain duration, but I don't have it on top of my head.
Okay.
But it is something I know so we are heading towards because we are closing the infrastructure gap through Get Fund. Are buying through them, no, we're able to raise some monies to build schools and dining halls.
Ghana form abamu especially almost to sika ho ayedin. Mo na wo hwe o man sika 70 bibia so no. Ka bibi e kire o mo.
Yo, say the mechanic say it is
in
not
just 1 minute
yes, it is not peculiar to Ghana. We ask me for because of the adverse effect of COVID. And yentimi enhu COVID ni wait ni nyanwe, but aban yi ye bibia possible. Say ye be boy ye ho ban de edikan. And say ye ho say ye the vaccines ne ebeba, ye the vaccines ne ba. At least yetimi nya herd immunity ni yetimi go about your normal business. Afa so within the youth group no, aban de nhihye bebre but let's take advantage of this 1 million jobs. And let's and see minimum say afi nyoma ebeko yie. And our face, small and medium scale enterprises. A buying a yen papa be and interest rates drop it. So more access to capital, the cost of capital also so a platform. The best stress help governments embrace and let's come together.
Thank you very much, the beautiful Deputy Finance Minister, Honorable Abana Ose Asare. Medina Nasi Ampo for Jane, Nasi Command Dominic Siabua, Wabe Kofi Ampedu, Ferguson, Priscilla, the production team Nina, Yankopon Shamhana, the Belgian Peasant, Yami Adumwa. Ebese Kaisa mitremo ma hene kwamna asante.